Welcome back. I am a build crafter. This is a build crafting channel, but there's been a little bit of the stupidest controversy ever in gaming going on in this game. And if you didn't know, arenanet enabled one of the coolest features I think that everybody's been asking for, or at least a lot of people, where you can go up to a person and inspect their cosmetics as well as their dyes. It still hides whatever weapons they have in PvP and World versus World, which is, something to be debated. But to the effect that I want to turn some of that energy into something positive, I noticed they're giving away lots of transmutation charges in the promotional tab. So I've already claimed mine on my main account, but if you need them, and you don't have a friend who needs them, go grab those. There's 5. But look, chat, I'm gonna level with you. I have a lot of alt accounts. I want to use those transmutation charges and to give them to people who can use them, because it occurred to me that while I may be, a veteran player of infinity years in this game, probably can't use the transmutation charges, this is a really cool new feature, and there are definitely people out there who can. So hop in, hang out. We're going to be talking about the recent news post, the balance patch, as well as just giving away stuff to the community. So all you have to do, if you are catching this VOD, or if you're catching it live, or if you just want to, through some other means or watching this, just leave your name or character name in the comments with a character that I can mail transmutation charges to. And even if you don't catch us live today, I will send you transmutation charges until I run out. And I probably won't run out. Let's just put it that way. But let's make sure the stream looks good, sounds good. Hello, Sudev. What's up? Welcome back. Hey, Gibbs. What's up? Welcome to the guild. It was great to have you. Hopefully that was you that I invited. Hopefully your guys' week is going amazing. And we'll be doing a little bit of everything tonight. A little bit of PvP, a little bit of World versus World, talking about communities, talking about the surprise balance change that, again, for better or worse, we got. I have some thoughts, definitely, but they're not actually probably what you might think. And we'll be going over that a little bit as well. So, looks good, sounds good. I hope you are ready for a night of fun, chat. Let's get this going. This is a little bit of an updated Spellbreaker look for the updated Spellbreaker build for PvP. Welcome back, Shoctify. Hopefully you're well. But we'll be jumping into World versus World with our Berserker and then queuing for PvP as well. I'll probably just be solo queuing tonight because I want to see where I land and how we do. But we will be getting this rolling. So, again, I know a lot of you out there have Legendary everything. This giveaway is probably not for you. But if you don't have Legendary everything, or if you can just use transmutation charges or know a friend that can use them, all you have to do tonight to enter a giveaway is type ! your account name or your character name in chat. At any point in the stream, I will mail you transmutation charges. I have effectively infinity transmutation charges that I can send out, and I would rather give them to people who can use them for stuff. That account is very loud. So yeah, if you don't have legendary armor, or if you just want transmutation charges because you want them, just type ! a character name or your account name in chat, and I will get those out to you as soon as I can. Again, this also applies to VOD viewers, so if you are catching the VOD, just type it in the comments, and I will shoot those off to you whenever I can. I may be mail suppressed, but we'll see. So this is sort of to, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is, as far as, giving my money away, and I do that every week, hundreds of gold. I also just think that the idea of gatekeeping anything is largely really stupid. Whether it's fashion, whether it's PvP builds, that's half of the reason I started this channel in the first place, is to get you guys more comfortable with trying bad stuff or stuff that might not be considered meta, and making it work. I experiment with builds almost every week. I try something new, something different, something fun, because I find just playing meta stuff really boring. I don't care if I win over and over. The game's not balanced to begin with. People sell tournaments. It doesn't matter. It's just for fun. If there was $4 million on the line, maybe I'd be a little bit more cagey with my builds, but I'm not. I don't think that I would, honestly, even if that was the case. And I just want more people playing the game. The best PvP seasons, or the best World versus World engagements that I have, are when more people are playing with us. So to that effect, if you'd like to run around with me while I queue for PvP and probably lose a bunch, just let me know. But again, if you'd like just free transmutation charges, I will be giving them away all night, as well as, you know, pretty much until they take this promotion away. I don't know when it's going to end. I'm assuming in a week because of the surprise new feature. But we'll also be talking about the news update, that was sort of surprise balance patch we got. My thoughts on that, I might record something from the channel. It's not super in depth, but we'll go over it. It's something I wanted to sort of pick up and play with and give you guys my thoughts as well, because I know there were some warrior nerfs. There's also some ranger nerfs in there, and we'll go from there. So while we wait for this camp, let me know your thoughts, chat. What you're enjoying or what you think of the patch. Oh yeah, and like Gibbs mentioned, a lot of people do have lots of transmutation charges. So if you do, don't feel bad, don't enter. But this is primarily for new people who don't have legendary everything. It is what it is. And yeah, we'll definitely talk about that, Shocktify, the staff nerfs and whatnot. Alrighty, let's get this going. Oh, I should also check the guild hall. Let's do that real quick here. And if you didn't know, chat, SAB is going on, so we'll definitely preview those items as well. Get this going, maybe get a short recorded for the channel for those. We shall see. Got to check this vendor every day. We have super clouds. No lattices. You know what? I'm just going to buy wagons. I don't even know what wagons are used for. There we go. Alrighty. If I press G, will it throw me back into World versus World? Let's find out. Oh, it does. It's balance war based on how bad they lose to it in PvP. Interesting takes, guys. Interesting takes. Oh, man. So we'll get that going pretty soon here. I'm going to do a couple matches before I actually go through the news post and give my thoughts on it. But I sort of want to... I know the nerfs look pretty bad on paper, just to preview everything. And we can talk about it a little bit leading up to it. Hey, Steve, what's up? Welcome back. But if you didn't know what happened to Warrior, and this is really PvP specific, Warrior specific changes, because a lot of people know me from my Warrior gameplay, although we will be going through the like 5 or so clutches that got touched. The healing coefficients on both Valiant Leap and Line Breaker, as well as the power coefficient on, I think it's Path to Victory, and the healing coefficient on Path, or the healing base on Path to Victory, the base values of all the healing on everything basically got significantly reduced. Valiant Leap still might be where it is, I can't remember. But everything basically has a much lower base value, but scales more aggressively now. So if you have a brain aneurysm and you're trying to play support warrior in PvP, essentially it will scale a little bit better if you have like a healing amulet and whatnot. You know, healing amulet, a healing rune in there. The problem with this, of course, is that there really isn't much to support warrior outside of staff yet. There's the shout heal, which is very basic. There's the, you know, boons you can give out through tactics, which are pretty ancillary. Like, man's just going to jump off and glide or get windfall, yeah. And then there's staff, right? It is what it is, but I don't know. My 2 cents, real quick summary, is I knew this was coming. I actually think, you know, they almost should have also done it to World versus World. I understand why they didn't. Hey, Decker, what's up? Welcome back. And I really honestly expected and think that the staff changes are actually very good. Mostly because staff was just, and kind of still is, just better greatsword. In PvP, at least. World versus World, healing, you know, outgoing healing modifiers, at least for something they're trying to make viable, less of a factor. They didn't touch it there. I kind of get that. The one change that and we'll talk about this more in depth, obviously, but the one change I don't know if I'm a fan of is the Scorched Earth change. Sorry, and that one kind of took me a little bit longer to wrap my head around than the other ones, because what they did to Scorched Earth, which if I go into Berserk mode, I can show you, this skill right here that fires out a line, each of these tiles has a target cap. And they changed the target cap on each tile from 5 to 3. And if you didn't know, there's a lot of attacks that work like that. I think there's one that's like, it's something fuselage. It's the 3 in water on the pistol on elementalist. It's basically the same skill with less range. That one didn't get touched. Oh, that was a scary fast Q. We're in for it now, chat. That skill didn't get touched. But also not a lot of people are using pistol right now on elementalist. And world versus world is balanced around macro engagements. Similarly, Coalescence of Ruin was actually just quasi-buffed because it now refreshes when you hit somebody with the Hammer 5 on Revenant. That one didn't get touched. I was like, okay, why is Scorched Earth such a problem? And Scorched Earth actually also works in a very similar way to Dragon Banner, if you didn't know. Dragon Banner is basically just larger, more damaging Scorched Earth with a different cooldown. The reason Scorched Earth, I think, is an issue in world versus world is not really for the burning damage. When you're on a Zerg, you have infinity Conde cleanse. Effectively, you're just sort of eating that, you know, whatever hits you take, and then your Zerg is responsible for Conde cleansing you, or whatever healers, maybe you're the healer, responsible for taking care of that in your subgroup, right? That one, the burning's not really an issue. The bigger problem with Scorched Earth, and the thing I think that differentiates it, at least if I had to rationalize this, in an anet balance standpoint, is Scorched Earth is persistent over time power damage, right? It's kind of, it ticks multiple times, it ticks on a lot of different people, it has a long range, and that is more of an issue, I think, for target cap than something like, and again, this is just me justifying and rationalizing here, than something like Coalescence of Ruin, or I'm just going to call it Fumigating Fuselage, even though I can't think of the real thing. I'm really not sure. Yeah, and the thing, it's kind of like Oceanbat said, they don't even, for a lot of Warrior, and this is honestly a great thing, Scorched Earth was designed as a Conde spec and a Conde skill. The thing with that is no one was building it that way in World versus World. Everyone was just going Marauder's gear, power damage, might build up Scorched Earth, because the Conde damage, again, is basically 0, right? So it's not really about the Conde damage balance. It's more about, like, okay, we've tried nerfing the power damage on this so many times. It hasn't done anything. We need to try something else. So they chunked the target cap down from 5 to 3. I don't know if there's anything in the game other than maybe like Mace 3 on Warrior or something that has a 4 target cap. Maybe that would have been a healthier step from 5 to 4 per tile first. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not really opposed to them trying this. It's just something you've got to be aware of if you're going to play World versus World. And, you know, Warrior is a big part of that right now. Biggest change from the balance patch was nerf to live vicariously. That's good, honestly, and we'll go through it again. A lot of things got touched other than Warrior, which is good. It is what it is again, but I've got to turn my brain on, chat. Actually fight this Revenant. Oof. Maybe I'll go back to my other amulet. Ooh. Playing poorly because I'm trying to read chat and think of balance at the same time. But that's on me. And again, I'll be giving away transmutation charges all night. If you out there just want transmutation charges and would like or know someone who could use them, just type exclamation point, the name of your account, or a character name that I can mail them to in chat, and I will send those over. It is completely up to you. I've also seen a lot of Revenants using Hammer since they put the changes through, which is really interesting to me. I think it's kind of sick. But we'll see where Staff's at. I sort of plan to try to use it tonight, see how the Staff build got impacted, maybe positively or negatively, before I made a judgment on it. I played a little bit before this. I didn't notice too much of a change, but I also changed around my gear a little bit, so it is what it is. But Staff base healing was way too much, honestly. It was way too strong. It is what it is. Oh, we're getting dumpstered on this match, too, dude. I've had, like, 3 losses in a row, man. I queued with Sea Monster the other night, and now the game thinks I'm good. Need to create some space here, chat. is very low. But yeah, druids were extremely oppressive in PvP. Very long time. Now they are much less so. It is definitely a good change, I would say, as a non-druid player. But I can understand why some druids might be salty. Oop, missed him there. I don't know if I can fight Reapers. I was having trouble fighting Reapers even before the patch. Although I don't know how well we're going to do with this game. Oof. 4 DCs on placement matches. Yeah, it's been really rough. Very interesting. I don't believe you, Steve, but just type exclamation point, either a character name or your account name. My bot will grab it, and I'll send it over whenever I can. I have 4 alt accounts loaded up in the background already, and I would like to stop lagging. So you guys can help me out by giving me characters to mail. It is 26 to 300. Oh my god. Well, I know what I'm doing for the next match. And yeah, if people can use them, please just take them. I have so many different, like, I can't use any of these. I try to give away my resources, my money, and my gold whenever I can. So I will send these over to you from the first alt. Thank you, guys. Appreciated. As always. I think I may have to switch back to Greatsword, which might be a good thing, you know? Alrighty, let's get that sweet 5 astral acclaim on this alt. Add you as a friend here and send this off. Thank you, Steve. Appreciated. I do hope I can gift these. Otherwise, I may have put my foot in my mouth. Oh, I can't. That's lovely. So I'll just be buying everybody transmutation charges since I said I would do this. That's fun. Really too bad. I don't know why they didn't make them giftable. Seems odd. Oh, whatever. I don't mind. Hang on one second. Not like I'm gonna use the money. No, don't buy them. I may have to change the title of the stream then. No, I'll still give them to people. I really don't care. I'd rather help anybody out there. Here, I'll tell you what, Steve. Take this 25 gold and put it toward your fashion. There you go. Perfect. We did it. I really don't mind. Do I think the Bladesworn build will still use staff? Yeah, because the Bladesworn build is only relevant in World versus World, right? And it didn't get touched in World versus World, Shocktify. Like, I think the only thing that affects staff in World versus World that they changed was like the 0.15 second added to snap pull, right? And that's still the same. So yeah, I think it'll definitely still use staff. I couldn't tell, Steve. I assumed you were kidding, but I really don't mind, man. Yeah, if anyone wants transmutation charges, I said I would do it. Otherwise, if you just have a fashion goal in mind, I will help you work toward that fashion goal. But this entire stream, the purpose of it is to just hang out with you guys, talk about builds, and kind of illustrate that gatekeeping is really, really stupid of any kind. So it is what it is. Ooh, we got some dailies. Speaking of, I have realized that I have not been keeping up my Wizard's Vault. And PSA, chat, there's another release of Soto dropping in like a month. So if you haven't finished up your Wizard's Vault, like weeklies and dailies and stuff, get those done because everything's going to refresh in like 4 weeks. Kind of important. Yeah, we're going to run some Spellbreaker and PvP Kashima. I'll probably get dumpstered over and over, but ooh, I can res this guy. I want to see how, like, if the nerfs to staff are actually that impactful, or if it's still just better Greatsword. Because my biggest complaint about staff was that it was too good since they put it in the game. And that it was just ruining, like, greatsword and other warrior weapons that, you know, for however bad they are, it was just a better version of that, you know? Oh, of course they didn't fix Linebreaker Gibbs. They also didn't fix the fact that Necro Swords go 700 range. Yeah, I switched to a glass amulet and I got rolled pretty hard there, but it was also 26 to 300, so I think the game thinks I'm good again. Very annoying whenever I queue with my friends, they put me in, like, plat status. Again, I'm not good at this game. I just play a doctor on TV. Oh, man. Close some processes, get some more resources back. It's really dumb that you can't gift the transmutation charges. I probably should have checked that, but I will give them out. So if you'd like to just make me poor, and you out there are into gatekeeping fashion, give me characters to mail, and I will still send you transmutation charges. Oh, man. But I tooled around with the blades, or the Berserker build as well. We're going to try Staff Longbow tonight because it has a leap. I know it's a little bit weird, but I've been really honestly playing this. Give me a character name, Kashima. I'll send you some. Character account. Most of your characters don't need it. Are you an outfit person? Nothing wrong with it. Their outfit game's gotten a lot better. Hey, Maddie, what's up? Welcome back. Hopefully your week's going well. Yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, it's easy to jump on bandwagons, especially when they're really, really obviously stupid. But also, this is a really stupid bandwagon that I'm obviously going to jump on because trying to gatekeep fashion in this game is really, really dumb. So if anyone out there has any fashion requests or wants to see my characters for inspiration, heaven forbid, you know, I've done something right, or just wants transmutation charges or some money, again, I do giveaways every week, but I'm more than happy to help you work toward your fashion goals as well. So took away video. How did you manage to do that? Go close that. I'm thinking, chat, of going back to strength greatsword spellbreaker almost with these changes, which is really interesting. Honestly, I'm really tempted. Might do it. We'll switch back over to the more defensive amulet and see how this rolls. This is what I was running. Guildwars 2 fashion is fake news. Is there better fashion, XP? Grading assignments. Yuck. Don't worry, Maddie. AI graders will soon to be coming to a country in your area. They're already in Texas. Oh, we're all gonna die. Oh, man. Kishima, if you want transmutation charges, let me know. I'll send you some. The drama's really stupid, XP. And that's why I'm just like, look, if you want free transmutation charges, I'm just gonna send them to people. Is there a more pointless thing to fight about? Like, actually, though. I'm trying to rack my brain to see. Because there's all this, like, stigma, especially when, like, DPS meters first came out about, like, oh, what build are you running? I'm gatekeeping my build and stuff. And that's one of the reasons I'm streaming, is just, like, you know, just get people exposed to, like, being comfortable with their builds and build crafting in general. But it's like, I can't think of a more pointless thing to try to gatekeep than fashion. Oh, man. I mean, it kind of was, right? Because their response was, hey, here's some free transmutation charges, so... I mean, that's better than, like, vanity projects. Dude, there's so many people coming far now. Get off my point. What is shooting me? Is my team dead again? Oh my god. People. The fuck are you doing? Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is a video game chat that people play. It's funny. Alright, I think we're definitely going to keep with the more defensive amulet here. Let me stick with, I think it's... I'm trying to think of the name of it. They have to... Dude, how have you not killed this guy? There's 3 of you on him. Just kill him. Jesus. How many people does it take to kill one druid? I mean, the artist AI thing, I think, is a lot more valid. I think that, you know, should probably have to opt into a system like that. But again, this is all... There's no framework for any of this. It's all just people's opinions and stuff. So it's, you know, my opinion versus their opinion. But it's kind of like the Washington Redskins argument where I'm not Native American. I don't have a dog in this fight. I think that the rules and regulations should be being made by people who actually, you know, have a dog in the fight or care or are Native American or are artists and whatnot. They should be in charge of governing themselves. Sadly, that's not how government or any regulation works. So, you know, we're stuck with this system, right? It's interesting how the meta shifts around, right? And like they can... I was talking with Sea Monster after our last stream, right? Where he was playing with an alt account. And it's interesting how they can change something that's completely unrelated to the game's meta, Steve. And it will impact everything. So it's always very fun to watch, and that happens in any kind of game as well, where it's like, oh, we changed nothing, and now it's like favoring tanky builds and such. Although, that being said, all of the things that I've fought in the game so far have been very glass. We need people to just sit on points. What weapon skins am I running? I'm alternating between the glowing, what's it called? The Fortune Shining Shield and the reverse curve dagger. The Wakashi or Watadashi or whatever it's called. I can't pronounce it. The one from what's that great map that everyone loved? Tunnel Gaming, that map. It had some really good skins with it for how crappy of a release it was. Yeah, that. Yeah, it's true. We could just inspect. We will do that after the match. How did that man get up? It's kind of a problem. He stalked you. How dare he? Come with me. Come with me on this journey. Self-discovery. Team is doing... Everybody is home. That's good. That's good. That's strong. It'd be funny if it did. Right, Kashima? Over there. Thank you. I think drama is always just, you know, despite the stream being like purpose towards this, I think one of the reasons I feel comfortable with taking a side in this, you know, argument, if you even want to validate enough to call it that, is I think this is phenomenally stupid. And I think there are plenty of debates that are worth having, but this is not. So if you want transmutation charges out there, I'm just going to send them to you. Because this is ridiculous, and trying to gatekeep something as cool as fashion in a game that's all about fashion and with really good fashion is One of the most petty things I've heard in my life. So, it is what it is. Take that for what you will. Apologies if I've offended you, but, you know, hopefully push-ups aren't that hard. Haha, he was stuck in the animation. Oh, man. Well, I hope I can be entertaining enough, Gibbs. And they really want me dead. What's up, dude? Alright, he dead. That was fun. Yeah, also, there's also that argument, right? Whoa, Griminy. Ask for consent before you inspect somebody. It's not like Windows Update, you know? You have to ask for... I'm kidding. The other thing is, you can already creep on people. Like, I already take screenshots. I'm open to saying this. I just take screenshots of people whose fashion's cool. I have 3 sitting on my, like, desktop right now for just character inspiration because I love character design. It's just something I'm really interested in. And it's like... You can already creep on people. It's not like you're doxing them in real life, you know? You're not getting their personal address by right-clicking someone. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a pointless, stupid internet argument to have because people are bored. People just like arguing about stuff, XB, because words are easy and works hard. Did you get reported for inspecting somebody, Maddie? You wouldn't inspect a car. Actually, you probably would, right? Do Rangers have ammunition in PvP? I don't think they do, right? Gotta find my cursor. Oh my god, we might actually... Oh yeah, I know you're joking. If you can't tell, I'm kind of joking with this whole stream. Hey dude, what's up? Permafrost Shadow Abyss? Hell yeah, dude. And that's the thing, right? I'm also not here to tell you what looks good. If you think that, like, you know, an all-green ranger just to pick on my friend or just solid green dyes is the best thing ever, you go for it, right? You know, if you think that a bright pink necromancer is the way to go, you live that dream, right? This is a video game. You know, people really care. They can just turn on standard character models. Well, the other argument, Kashima, is kind of what XB brought up, is like, these people paid for the skin, right? Right, but it doesn't matter, XB. You don't have to care about fashion. The people... So, here's the thing, chat. It's just like builds, it's just like PvP, it's just like anything. The people trying to gatekeep a thing will be people who fundamentally have nothing else, and they put a lot of time and effort, and they think that that justifies somehow them having privilege to these things, right? And it doesn't. No matter how much time you put into a thing, you need to learn how to self-validate. And all of my chat probably knows this. You guys are great. My community is awesome. I'm trying to build a positive thinking community of putting points into yourself where you don't get attention, working out, self-improvement, stuff like that. I think everyone here is into that. But it's important to understand why the idiotic debates of the internet happen, because, you know, we live in a society, thank you, Joker, where humans interact with other humans. And the reason people get mad, thank you, is because they have put time and effort into something, because they feel that it entitles them, and because they're getting attention. So if you just don't give, you know, the people who are worthless attention, it just completely invalidates their argument. And again, to that effect, anybody out there, Kashima included, if you would like transmutation charges or just want some money to put towards your fashion endeavors, hit me up. I am giving away free transmutation charges, provided you can use them all night. And if you would like them, just let me know. Type an exclamation point character in chat. I did not know they weren't giftable, but I will do it out of my own pocket because I believe in this, and I think that is very, very stupid. Yeah, and also people are shy, right? Like, you don't want to you don't want to ask. It's kind of like asking somebody out on a date almost. It's like, you know, you don't want to always put yourself out there and be like, hey, what are your pieces? Because what if they say no? Then you just feel like a jackass, you know, in your cosmetics. That's a great point. And a lot of people, like, you know, sometimes I'm just like, hey, your fashion looks good, and people get all shy and they're like, thanks, bye, and they log off, and it's like, Jesus, I'm sorry. This compliment, you know, compliments happen so rarely, especially towards, you know, I don't want to say this, but towards guys, that a lot of times you don't know how to take it. Like, your brain almost car crashes when that happens, and it's like, what do I do now? Like, how do I feel? You know, how am I supposed to feel? Because, you know, again, words are easy and works hard, and negativity is a lot easier a lot of the time. Oh yeah, it happens all the time. You see it in bars a lot when chicks would hit on dudes and the roles were reversed, and the guy would be like, what? It's so funny. It's so funny. And a lot of people want to socialize, and also a lot of people don't. That's, you know, important to recognize that. Yeah, Gremini, I was going to give away, like, transmutation charges from my alt accounts, but they're not giftable from alt, so I'll just buy them for people if they want them tonight. Paid transmutation charges? I know, see, Steve, before they added the you can transmute legendary things for free or even the legendary armory, I know somebody who bought with money a lot of transmutation charges. He didn't PvP at all, really, so he didn't really have them. And a little brief history of this, chat. In case you didn't know or you're new to the game, transmutation charges used to be actually a very big part of monetizing this game. So I can also understand the argument of like, okay, I put a lot of money into my character, right? Even if I don't have or didn't have legendary armor, I put a lot of money into transmuting fashion and getting it the way I want it and stuff. That makes sense, but it's also 2024, and that's no longer the case, where transmutation charges, while once gated behind pretty much only PvP, are now coming out of the pipes like woodwork, or like water, you know? Hopefully like water in your area. Where world versus world, lots of things in PvE and PvP all give transmutation charges. And let's just do a science experiment here. They've moved away from having to only limit them in the actual cash shop, right? So how much would this cost me? If I were going to buy 150 transmutation charges here, not including in any other like account thing, cost me roughly a little bit less than $2, right? So I can understand that argument. Like, okay, I put a lot of money into transmogging my character back in the day. It gives me a sense of entitlement because money is time. That argument makes a lot more sense to me. But again, that argument only makes sense in a vacuum, and it's also 2024, and also this exists now, right? So it's kind of crazy. I can't remember all the things I've forgotten in this game. True. I've been playing this game forever, dude. Yeah, and it's kind of cool, right? So if you see a thing and the person's like, I don't remember where I got it, they can just be like, oh, it just tells you where you got it, you know? At least it gives you a rough estimate, and then the person could be like, oh yeah, I got these pants from crafting it here, or I bought those in this sale or whatever, right? I think the transmutation charge system is still fine, Gremini. I think they've done a lot to ameliorate the downsides of it, kind of how they used to have to monetize this game in sort of like side avenues, right? Upgrade extractors were another one that back in the day, you know, this price, they never changed the prices on anything, so this is still very outdated, right? Same thing with the revive orbs, where you can get the upgrades out of a thing, and that used to be a lot more impactful. Brief history lesson of Guild Wars 2. A, when the Wizard's Vault didn't exist and you could literally get these things from playing the game, and B, backed when fractals were sort of the end game of PvE, where you had to grind out agony, and it was much more difficult, for example, to get agony on an alt character because it was A, expensive. It was like 100 to 200 gold to get gear out, you know, and that was back then gold, not inflated gold now, at least, to get a max agony character without using something like an upgrade extractor, right? So it's it's definitely something to think about, like why people are trying to, and try to understand why people are getting mad, why people are dying on these stupid superfluous hills. Well, us as Guild Wars 2 veterans who have played this game forever, we've seen the evolution. We have brains, we have eyes. We can look at it and go, okay, that doesn't really make sense anymore because transmutation charges are no longer limited by just money, right? If someone wins using a copied look, 1-for-1 effort time. So Guild Wars 2 has a lot of... This is an interesting point. A lot of fashion contests for hundreds of gold/gems if someone uses a look copied 1-for-1 from someone putting 0 effort or time into it. Do you think that's fair? I don't know if it's fair toward the person they copied it from or for them. Really, it's really up to the judges because fashion contests are subjective, right? It's not an objective thing judged by an AI. I think that... there's lots of examples of even in the Olympics where effort doesn't guarantee you a gold medal in something, right? That's the shitty part of the world where, a lot of even a new generation thinks that winning a Mr. Beast challenge is a more logical way to succeed than actually, putting in hard work and time, because hard work and time no longer work, right? Or at least there's that feeling that they don't. But to that end as well, there's a limit to how much you can adjust something like a fashion contest, even if it's over a digital space, to account for copied looks or whatever. So, yeah, the judge would never know, that's right. But that's the thing. All things are inspired one way or another from other stuff. So if the judge has run a previous contest, I would say, and someone copies the look, then it's probably, that should disqualify them. But it's like, I don't even know what utility, I guess. So like, here's the thing. If someone, to me, if I was running a fashion contest and I was like, okay, chat, jump into Lion's Arch right now and we'll have a Attack on Titan fashion contest, and the person with the best look, they can come up with that with like 0 prep time wins, right? That's down to what you've actually unlocked in the game. But if they actually have something that's more down to prep time, Batman style, where it's like it's on this date, it's money and time, etc., then it's more of a measure of effort, more of a measure of can I get this in, but it's also a measure of did you pay to win, because your fashion is going to look a lot different even if I turn my graphics settings down, and I'm not trying to just argue with you at all, I think we agree on some points and differ on others, but if I go to like best performance, right, look at the change in quality of this game. Like, look how vastly different my character looks. And one thing that looks good on one system is not necessarily, and I'm not saying pay to win is the way to win fashion contests in this game, but something that looks good on one system is not necessarily going to look good on others. But in a perfect world, I see what you're saying, where everyone has the same system, everyone has, access to all the cosmetics in the game, and it's just down to effort. But XB also has an interesting point where it's like, I think as far as fashion contests would go, to wrap up that thought, is I would say it's down to the judge, right? Like if someone wins a fashion contest and then the other person goes, oh, they copied my look that I was showing them last week, well, then maybe you shouldn't have showed them your look, but also now there's an inspect feature that lets them just pirate looks from other people. I don't really know if there's that much drama in the fashion community, but judging by the, hullabaloo that's going on, I guess there is. But also, yeah, all these cosmetics, it's not like you can craft your own cosmetic, right? Even in the real world, it's not like a lot of these people wearing stuff, made their own dress. It all came from somewhere. A lot of media, whether it's openly admitted or not, is inspired by other stuff. So one-for-one copying, again, that's more down to like, AI rights or plagiarism or whatever. Man just wants this camp. I feel kind of bad. No mercy. Well, the game, to XP, to their point, the game does allow you to design your own skins. This game has one, it's like Fashion Souls, right? Yeah, he's alive, he can take, feel bad just picking on this necromancer. the game does allow you to design your own look, right? Because it allows you to match your skins and your dyes and stuff, and that combination is a new fashion, like a new outfit and a new look. Effectively, it's Fashion Wars for a reason, just like in Fashion Souls, Fashion Elden Ring, whatever you want to call it. I actually do think you get effort points for using pre-rendered assets, because some of my characters are really, well fashioned out and take a lot of effort and time, and some of them I put 3 seconds of thought into and they also turn out well. But a lot of them I put a lot of effort and time into and they just don't look right. There's definitely Elden Bling, I like that. There's definitely something to be said for, especially if you're good or bad at it, valuing a skill. Whether that's sitting in the build editor, min-maxing stats, or whether that's putting together outfits. I'll give you a really good example. Like, the color of our guild, this lady looks okay, but I still think that my Bladesworn lady that I put a shitload of work into, like, Fashion Warsing her outfit out and getting the colors right and everything else, I think she looks better. As far as the colors go. Same thing with this. I took, even though it's just bled rack and gold, black, red, and white, I put a lot of effort and time into her look. And it's definitely, I'm not absolutely, I don't think that, as far as FARQ said, the judge would never know. I think that's more down to, like, the judge to take it on themselves, and then it's, I'm not running the contest, it's up to them. As far as I'm concerned, if someone just copied someone else's look and they weren't okay with it, yeah, it should disqualify them from my fashion contest, but I can't ensure that all fashionistas or fashion contests will, hold up to those standards. It's just like how I really don't like streamers who do charity streams just to get, like, the money from the monetization of ads. And there's been several Guild Wars 2 people that I don't want to call out, but have just been like, hey, I'm doing a charity stream and I'm, posting this on Reddit and we'll donate. It's like, how does me tuning into your ad necessarily benefit the charity more? It's not like if you get more viewers, you'd set up a view counter that, like, okay, me tuning in actually directly benefits the charity even if I don't donate anything. They're just doing that for the attention and the monetary value they're getting, or in this case, copying someone else's fashion, to continue the analogy like you said, FARQ, to sort of pirate and then win the fashion contest, right? So I agree with you to that extent. And also people, yeah, like Gibbs said, some people just suck at Fashion Wars. But I don't think Gibbs copying, look, if I want to go over to one of these people and I'm just like, okay, what are you, I don't want to use my brain today, or I just got off of work. What are you using? Inspect these cosmetics. Oh, it's all Shadow Abyss. Who could have guessed? Can you tell this man plays PvP? But it's like, I just don't want to use my brain. What's that person? Yeah, and that's another thing, XB. Standard models. I don't really know. I just think people should be, like, less opinionated, if that makes any sense. On a case-by-case basis, tackling it with fashion contests, I think FARQ's, like, probably right? Where if you copy the fashion, a look, you probably shouldn't win. But also, if the judge is fine with it and the person you copied it's fine with that, who cares? Like, it's a good look. It's the best Attack on Titan look. It's the best Fire Norn look, right? Whatever the fashion contest is. But again, that's down to whoever's running the contest. It's kind of like areanet's, no cheating in PvP except for all the cheating that goes on in PvP rule. Like, there's no absolute to this. I don't know why they unbanned Team USA. Will I ever know? Probably not. But, like, as far as I know, they violated the terms of service and should be permanently banned. And then, the leadership rolled over and decided, like, hey, no one is without redemption, even though they're still selling the PvP tournaments. It's like, okay, well, where's the line, right? But as far as I'm concerned, gatekeeping fashion in an MMO about fashion is fucking stupid, largely. There are exceptions to every rule. There are. That's just how rules work. It's how life works. There is no truth, there is no absolute, there is no infinity as far as we know or can conceptualize. If you believe something different, that's just what it is, right? Like, it's down to your belief system, and then the belief systems are whoever's running it. More die channels that take some more time to get right? Absolutely. Especially on heavy armor, because it dies like shit. And that can be the most time consuming. So if you have somebody, there was actually a really good example of this on Reddit before they even made this change or announced they were having this change that I'd like to point to, right? there was somebody who was like, it was a low res copy, and it was like, somebody posted this on our Discord. Can anyone tell me what this armor is, armor combination, because the person who posted it won't tell anybody. And it's like, that's weird. You know, my first thought was, that's weird. Why would you post this fashion on your Discord if you just, like I guess, I try to understand rather than condemn, right? So it's, because knee-jerk reactions don't benefit anybody. So trying to understand that whole interaction, it's like, okay, somebody posted this fashion combination on a Discord. They probably put a lot of time and effort into getting the dyes right. Why did they post it on this person's Discord if they didn't want to share it? Well, then the intent there is probably more malicious, right? The fact that they're like, haha, I have the coolest fashion. You know, I don't know what went down right there, but like, I can't confirm or anything. This is not financial advice. But as far as I'm concerned with the details I have, yeah, it's like some kind of weird, you know, just getting attention, because they're not getting money from it, Maddie, right? Like, I don't know if it was a fashion Discord, or maybe it was, I don't really know, but it wasn't like, probably, I'm gonna guess, you know, hey, have the coolest fashion, you win $1 million. So for this instance, it was just like, hey, look at my cool fashion, you can't have it. And I think that's more that fits the definition of gatekeeping than anything else, because there's just a superfluous attention component attached to it, you know? Would you say that there aren't cool enough skins obtainable through gameplay versus the store? Because that's kind of how I feel. Absolutely not, Steve. It depends on how much you're, I mean, I say that, I guess, with a character that's mostly, well, no, her chest and her legs, a lot of this is gem store, but the other thing that you have to keep in mind with Guild Wars 2 is, especially these days, their fashion has gotten so much better. Like, maybe back in the day, especially when they were doing the, like, Path of Fire era, and that's a fair question, where a lot of their skins were, like, more down to failed legendaries that they put in the store, where they were like, okay, this started out as a legendary from what I heard, you know, my context, and then it just, you know, it didn't get finished, so it got put in the gem store. But if we go to style, a lot of this stuff really pales in comparison to stuff that you can, like, get in Gaia Delve. Maybe as far as shiny goes, yeah. You're only going to be able to, and let's just take legendaries out of it, because the legendaries are very, you know, I pull out Faris here. It's a giant ball of light. Light hits me. It's like the Guardian thing. This is a legendary. This doesn't count. So comparing that to a gem store skin, yeah, it probably, this Envoy Scythe compares to a legendary, right? But it's something that Wooden Potatoes always brings up. And this is a fair point you brought up, Steve. But as far as Guild Wars 2 gems or gold to gems, I know a lot of people don't have full time, you know, you can't play a lot, so you can't farm a ton of time. But this is one of the most forgiving systems for buying gem store stuff that I have ever seen. Granted, gem store stuff has also gone up in price. Now it's 600 gems around for a weapon. I get that. It is a fair complaint. See you, Sudev. Have a good morning, I guess. But also, gems to gold is definitely, or gold to gems is definitely a thing, and vice versa. But it's much more forgiving in this game than I would say in a lot of games. That being said, a lot of the cooler, more unique armors and weapons are limited to the gem store. So, you know, I go to one of my other characters here. Let's go to, if it'll ever load. Spellbreaker Lady. Let's look at what she's got. Well, the pants are gem store. Everything else she has, I guess we'll also call out the boots, because the boots are the 10-year anniversary ones. Everything else she's got, I've earned in the game. I think, oh no, the chest piece is also gem store, but, you know, reverse of that, these legs and this chest piece are not. So it really depends on, like, your sense of fashion as well. I know plenty of gem store skins are blinged out the butt. I know plenty aren't. This character only has one gem store skin, two, the head and the gloves. So I think it's a pretty even mix, honestly. I don't know. I think maybe back in the day, Steve, to give a TLDR of your question, because that is a really good question. Yeah, maybe back in the day, gem store skins heavily outweighed the actual, you know, what you could earn in the game as far as, like, noticeability and fashion. But also back in the day, they had a very different monetization model, right? Where you would have to buy transmutation charges for all your characters. It wasn't just free to transmute legendaries and whatnot. The chair armistice is or the chair arms race is another story, because, well, that doesn't want to load. Chair, hello? like, you know, chair arms race is another story, but I don't know how much merit that has. Maybe people care. I don't know. We should do a fashion contest. Yeah, maybe we should. The problem with that is people are on EU. But we definitely could. Definitely do that when we get the guild rockin', Maddie. That's a great point, though. I didn't look at the new emote, Remini. Let's check that out. Where are we at here? What we got? Unleash. I can't preview it. Cool. To Firefox we go, chat. And this will be a good transition here. I have to do a little news roundup for you guys. I was going to defer to Muckluck and just assume that there was nothing happening of note balance-wise, but boy, howdy was I wrong. W2 unleash emote. Well, that's potato quality. Give me that 4K. Okay, well, now that I've said all of that gem store stuff and it not being flashier than what you can earn in the game, yeah, the emote arms race is definitely a thing. Because that's kind of insane. That's pretty solid, though. Like, I don't hate it. I think it's cool. I just think it's a little weird. You know? It's just, you know, whether it's power creep in a game or power creep in build or whatever, it is what it is, chat. That's just gonna happen, like, in any game. I don't really know. What don't you like about it, though, Gremini? Is it just not for you? Platinum rated support warrior. Well, he probably made that before the balance patch, but I haven't seen it. I haven't had a lot of time to watch YouTube lately, Gibbs. I've been, like, slammed at work. I need to catch up. But I don't know. Like I said, if you guys catch the stream and you want transmutation charges, oh yeah, it's very, very much in tribute to Akira Toriyama. I almost wish they could have made it more copyright infringing, I guess is the non-delicate way to say that. But apparently the publishing company that Toriyama, like, did all of his licenses is like a bitch to work with. And they just don't budge on anything. It's almost like Nintendo, right? And it's not just Japanese companies that do this. Like, a lot of them are chill and share their IPs, and then some of them are just awful. So, again, Toriyama, great dude. Literally designed Frieza parodying real estate investors, I think it was. Because he said in his mind at the time they were the worst people he could imagine. Like real estate speculators, which is funny. But yeah, very much in tribute to him. It's really, I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if it was unintended side effects of him being in the hospital, but that's really unfortunate. He had a lot more in him, I think. Obviously, Dragon Ball has influenced just about everything in the world. So again, I mean, that comes down to sort of what we were talking about. You know, what copied Dragon Ball? It's not a one-to-one copy, but I can't tell you an anime I've watched recently where something doesn't power up and get a different hair color. That's terrifying, man. Like, a brain aneurysm can get you... I could, you know, drop dead of a brain aneurysm right now. It's one of the scariest things when you think about it. You know, Archer made that joke, but it's very true. That's horrible. Stay healthy, chat. Didn't hear fashion contest. Hey, my chat has some of the best fashion. I'd be down for it, Kashima. Scheduled to get surgery and it just got him. That's really unfortunate. I don't have words. That's just sad. Another one that I really looked up to and respected, even though I had almost zero, you know, personal attachment to it, was Monty Ohm, the creator of Ruby, RWBY. The first 2.5 seasons of Ruby are some of the best animated television I've ever seen, and then it just... There've been all these breakdowns of stuff about how it went downhill after he died, as far as the animation, the choreography, and the fight, because he did everything himself. Like, he really was just a miracle of an animator, and you know, really worked within the limitations that he had at the time. So again, Monty Ohm, terrific human from what I can tell. Has influenced amazing amounts of stuff for just like being as young as he was. Let's actually dude, if there's like breakdowns of actual like how the fights were choreographed and the like frame by frame stuff that he did versus like the stuff that came after, and it did get better, but then it turned into actual anime. Kashima, like, he just amazing human. Let's actually find some of his stuff here. Ooh, thank you, Winamp, for destroying my audio levels. Original Ruby is just one of, I don't know about you, chat, like one of the formative things for me. And even though I'm like, you know, 30 or 40 years old, it was just so good. But that being raised on 3D animation, like Reboot talking. But yeah, again, gonna say this a lot tonight. Don't really care about repeating it. If you would like free transmutation charges or just some money to help fuel your fashion needs, let me know. If you would like to know any of my fashion things, also let me know. I am down to be inspected. I put myself on display for you guys, and if you would like to know any of my build secrets, let me know as well. Then trying out some Spellbreaker, seeing how it is. Probably do one more match at least, and then go run through the news roundup for you guys, because there were some balance changes, and I would like to talk about them a little bit. You know, I can't find Ruby. Yeah, I am 30 or 40 years old. Where is it? Just the original. I think this is it. There we go, chat. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic, Kashima. We got a 6 on your legendary armor. Nice, Gremini. I've actually been trying to force I've been looking into what it takes to do the new PvE legendary armor. New in quotes. And I think I'm going to start forcing myself to do the dailies. So you may get some rare pseudo convergence gameplay that everyone hates. I don't like the pants, Energetic Bonk. I think that they could do with more heavy pants that are less bulky. Yeah, there was like some actual notable balance changes, and I didn't think there would be. And there were also, the bigger reason I want to go through it and sort of talk through it with you guys is, you know, as clickbaity as YouTube is, I saw this coming from a mile away, and also I kind of think I've put some time into trying to understand why they made a lot of changes that they did. So it is what it is, and we'll go through it and talk about it with you guys, because I could be wrong about a lot of it. Hi, buddy. What's up? Needs to be longer in today's day and age. Where is this man going? Oh my god. This guy is like just out of my reach every time. You know what? You know what? You know what? Oh my god. Die. Please. Jesus. This is ridiculous. Please, die. Thank you. I think he was lagging a little bit, that's why. Oh my god. I thought it was, isn't it one convergence per day? Am I wrong about that? Or am I thinking of something else? Not convergences, maybe. You know, good old not convergences that they put in the game. Oh, it's so nice the willbenders aren't cracked in PvP. This is dude, we have had some one-sided games. Oh my god. Mirage got the shimmer back. Oh yeah, they did fix the Mirage UI. I saw that. Bladesworn UI went, am I right? Hey, I wonder... Actually, that's a good question for you guys, because I haven't actually seriously noticed that that was changed at all. When was the Mirage UI bugged from? Because I notice things that I play, right? Like Bladesworn and stuff, but... I don't know. Okay. Talk. Me too. I like how my F1 just didn't hit him there. That was good. That was good. Oh, if you ever see this thing, chat, you have to kill this. The Ice Elemental is one of the strongest. I'm not kidding. The Ice Elemental heal is an AoE 900 or 9,000 health heal on a 15-second cooldown. If you ever see someone running specifically that elite skill in PvP, they know what they're doing. It's not a meme. It's not a joke. You have to kill that. It's only that one, though. I think that staff is still fine, is my 2-cent conclusion on this. Yeah, we lost like the first match or so, but staff is still ridiculous. I've watched a little bit of Red versus Blue. I know of it. I grew up around it. It just wasn't my thing. The things that I remember Montiome from, June 27th, Mirage UI. Oh my god. Steve, that's something I've struggled with as well, where it's not so much a cultural thing even, it's just I'm sarcastic all the time, and you know, you're in your own head. It makes sense to you when you're joking, right? Especially when you start being like doing the things that I do where it's a broadcaster doing public speaking and whatnot, you have to be really abundantly clear when you're being sarcastic, and it's not just down to like a personality thing either, it's just like you need to do this. Because people just legitimately don't know, even if they know you, right? So context is king. Oh, Red Blue versus Blue has some amazing music, just some amazing media around it. I remember Montiome from the original, like, Samus, what was it? Samus versus, like, the Commander of Red fight that he did when YouTube, or back it wasn't even on YouTube, because YouTube, it was like on like ZTube or something. That was my first introduction with Montiome, but I didn't know he was, you know, it was Montiome yet, because he wasn't a thing yet. So my first introduction to him was that fight, and that was one of my favorite things that he's done. Nice. Casually winning 2v3s. Nice. Really glad that that like went off into space. They need to take renewed focus out of the game. Okay, he's dead. Yeah, Metroid versus Halo. The original fight. And it ends with a dance party. Hey, Gremini, if it makes you feel any better, the Bladesworn UI will have actually taken longer. I wonder why. I bet it was, you know, that one, like, little UI shift that they did, where they moved everything down. I know that's why for Bladesworn. Die, please. Thank you. Can I try it? Dog. You kind of have to when you play Spellbreaker. Playing Spellbreaker will make you good at fundamentals, but I'm not. I still need to practice. Dude, just die. Stop. You are wasting your own time. What a good use of his respawn timer that was. Oh dear, I might actually die. I think that's the first time this match if I do. Yeah, my little pocket review for the staff nerfs, the staff is still ridiculous. Cool. Hey Aries, what's up? Someone got promoted to UI. Hell yeah, that's what I do for work. I mean, more realistically, I do UX, but like GUI design and front-end web design. But let's jump into this news report. I'll let you respect my fashion. It's a good character name. Too bad it won't fit in like 19 characters or whatever it is. Again, real brief shout out. Welcome, guys. We're going to go through some news roundup. I'll do a little brief news recording for this. I also want to mention, if you need transmutation charges, again, I said I would do it. It's on the thumbnail. Just hit me up. I will either send you money, or if you just want transmutation charges, just type exclamation point, either your name or your, sorry, not your real name. Please don't do that. Your character name or your account name with the numbers, and my bot will grab it and I will mail it off to you. But we did have some news. We had some balance kind of out of the blue. So let's go into this and discuss it. All right. Let's find a good song. Dun, 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 dun. I need to put all of my, where is it? While I find a song. Where is all of my Killer Instinct? The things that I can actually use to record stuff. Alright, chat. So I don't know all these changes, but I know they were all very impactful. I would have preferred them to actually... Alright, I'm just going to find it. Actually write blurbs for this, but it is what it is, so we will go through. I believe this is it. Nope. Really having trouble finding this. Need a better way to organize my music. There it is. We did it, chat. It's a miracle. That wasn't a 3v1, dude. That was like a 2v3. And also, you saw me getting ruffled that previous match. Alright, chat. We got some news. Let's go talk about this. Hopefully that wasn't on... And I just really want a better wardrobe anywhere I can show my fashion. You probably post a link to an imager in chat, Energetic Long. Yeah, describe it. We'll use our minds. Anyway, so let me restart this and we'll get it rolling. Sorry about that. Need to hydrate too. Oh, and I saw we had a new subscriber. Thank you very much. Appreciated as always. I have those working, so it should be showing up on the stream. All right, so hi, I'm Pseudo. Welcome back. And we had some surprise balance news in addition to Super Adventure Box dropping. This may not seem like a lot of notes, but they were pretty impactful, and I would like to go through it as well as maybe get people to put their pitchforks down for a couple of these notes as far as features and things that they've changed. So big notable stuff. I'm not going to go through all of this. Again, I'd like to defer to somebody like Muckluck for all the news, but Super Adventure Festival, lots of new rewards as far as world polish goes. Jackal Rental Post, probably want to grab this for your guild if you don't have one already. Very cool. And Cosmetic Inspection is a new feature. Love it or hate it, it's in the game, so you can now inspect other people's fashion, as well as their dyes, just not their weapons in PvP and World vs. World for balance reasons. Some world polish items, and let's talk balance, shall we? This will be a quick roundup, probably edit it through on the channel, but let's jump into it. World vs. World, they explained a lot of changes. They normalized a lot of the capture zones for World vs. World, as well as changed a couple of exchange options as well, just to get through the brief overview of this. This is really good. They don't actually have World vs. World updates that often, so it's really cool to see them doing stuff with the game mode, you know, that they hardly have ever touched in the past. It's really awesome. Profession skills, All right, so this is my one and only gripe with this patch. They don't have little blurbs explaining. And the last time they had a patch, their little blurbs were outdated and didn't explain most of the changes. And you know, if you paid attention for any length of time, my biggest complaint is they don't explain their changes or preview them or explain them in their previews. But let's go through it. Profession skills. Engineers first. Not all the professions got touched, by the way, just as a brief aside, or a brief preview. Engineer, Gleam Saber, fixed an issue that caused the skill to reduce the recharge of Radiant Arc by 3 seconds when the Hall's Elite Specialization was not equipped. So again, they're just actually fixing that recharge thing, kind of strong if it actually worked there. Photonic Blasting Module, reduce the damage again because this damage coefficient is already ridiculously high. It's still ridiculously high. It's actually 5.0 in PvP and I believe also PvE, but I could be wrong about that. This used to, no joke, crit for 100,000 damage with certain modifiers. It was insane. It's still insane. It's still going to be a problem. But a lot of the changes for World vs. World that you'll see is aimed at obviously Zerg fightings because that's how they balance. So let's get into this a little bit deeper, shall we? Prime Light Beam fixed an issue that caused the skill to strike 10 targets instead of the intended 5. So again, this is an issue with those tiles that Prime Light Beam is laying down, similar to Scorched Earth. Spoilers. Essence of Animated Sand, reduce the barrier and healing power coefficient from 1.0 to 0.5 in World vs. World only. Short bow overperforming a little bit. I know it's funny, but it is, or was. Reduce the initial might from 5 to 2. PvP in World vs. World. Very big reduction there. Essence of Living Shadows, reduce the initial conditions cleansed from 2 to 1 in World vs. World only. Cleansing too many conditions. Interesting. Essence of Liquid Wrath. So these are all short bow skills. I guess they were juiced a little bit too much. Maybe, you know, similar to Warrior Staff. Also preview, hint, spoilers. Fixed an issue that caused the tooltip to display longer duration than intended in World vs. World only. Bulwark Gyro increased the cooldown from... I'll be really interested if they're actually fixing tooltips to see what Necro Swords are supposed to be, whether it's supposed to be 700 or the other way around, whether it's supposed to be 450 or whatever it says, right? Bulwark Gyro increased the cooldown from 20 to 30. Interesting. Good stun break. Very solid skill. Reduced the base initial barrier from 16 to 1100 and base pulsing barrier from 800 to 500-ish in World vs. World only, and reduced the initial barrier healing power coefficient as well from 0.8 to 0.5, and pulsing coefficient as well. So again, these changes are either targeted at the new weapons, at bug fixes, or at World vs. World changes, and that's going to be a running theme pretty much for everything except Ranger, interestingly enough. Symbol of Protection, reduce the symbol damage coefficient. Weird, but sure. Hammer starting to get very good in World vs. World, especially on things like Willbender. Prison Willbender is quite definitely a thing. If you've ever run into a Willbender that drops that ring and that doesn't let you leave while they spin on your face, definitely a thing that's happening right now. Mesmer fixed an issue that prevented the shimmering visual effect from appearing on the skill bar for characters using the Mirage Elite Specialization. Hallelujah, the game is playable again after 9 months. They have fixed the UI, but hey, rock on. Hopefully they can fix Bladesworn soon, as soon as they remember it exists, right? Chaotic Transference. This trait no longer shares Chaos Aura with nearby allies. It now grants regeneration to nearby allies when you apply Chaos Aura to yourself. That's really interesting because this was a huge change when they put it in the game. Chaos Aura is actually very powerful. It's right up there with Shocking Aura. People don't know it applies weakness. It's very good. This is actually a very big change, especially for things like Zerging, where auras are not strippable, and you can apply them out to allies, elementalists. Anyway, Mender's Purity, Lesser Flower Cleanse no longer triggers restorative mantras, so a little bit of a Condi Cleanse nerf there as well. Journey, reduce the base healing from 900-ish to 700-ish and reduce the healing power coefficient, again, hitting that Mesmer rifle a little bit to chunk down some of the healing. Abstraction, reduce the base healing and also reduce the healing power coefficient in PvP only, which is interesting because I haven't seen a single Mesmer running rifle PvP rifle, but I'm sure there have been some. Healing a little bit too much. Ranger, Live Vicariously. This is the big one for Ranger. Live Vicariously, this trait no longer is activated by pulsing healing effects such as regeneration. So if we go Guild Wars 2, Live by... It's always interesting to see what people search on Firefox. When you heal an ally, you are also healed. Seemed a little bit strong when it would actually trigger off of regen traits, even if it's on a 1 second cooldown, right? This effectively gives Ranger sort of especially with any kind of healing power scaling here, it gives you adrenal health light with any kind of regeneration, which pulses every second. So now we actually have something more akin to intentionally healing, and maybe they can scale that up in the future. Thank you. Good luck to you too. Flourish, reduce the base healing from 900-ish to 500 in PvE only, which is very interesting because this doesn't really belong on my biggest complaint, at least from a balance standpoint, personally, Ranger Maces did everything. They scaled off of everything. Healing power, condition damage, a little bit, power damage, they did everything. And they also have their inbuilt mechanic. This reducing the healing base from 900 to 500-ish reduces some of that just passive healing you get from bringing a mace. Not that it was really a problem after they sort of chunked down power ranger mace, power mace ranger to where it should be, not doing 47k on an auto attack chain and healing and applying barrier, but still reduced healing power coefficient as well, and reduce the regeneration duration from 4 to 3 in PvP only. So these are really, aimed at making a ranger a little bit more manageable when you're fighting that like brawler side of it, which is good because druids were immortal, and still kind of are immortal. Invigorating Bond, reduce the base healing. Again, this is just for PvE, but yeah, you get the idea with living vicariously. Invigorating Bond, reduce the base healing from 1,000 to 800, reduce the healing power coefficient from 1 to 2.5, and reduce the protection duration from 4 to 3. Good. That's all I have to say about that. I believe this is the trait that triggers when they swap pets in Soul Beast. I could be mistaken about that. Chat will have to correct me on that. Yes, this is the... No, it is the one in nature. Okay, so it's one that's aimed at, again, druid tankiness. It's not the one that just heals them for swapping pets in Soul Beast. It's aimed at druid tankiness and just healing them passively, basically, whenever they swap pets. True Nature. That's why you confirm stuff, chat. It's okay to be wrong on the internet. True Nature fixed an issue that could cause the skill to be accidentally cast after activating Festive Nature. Solid. And here's the big one, chat, at least as far as I'm concerned. Late notes as well, mostly fixing server crashes and Wizard's Vault stuff, but Warrior, right? Let's talk about Warrior staff. Path to Victory, reduce the damage coefficient from 1.25 to 0.91 in PvP only. Reduce the base healing from 900 2,000-ish, 3,000-ish to 500, 17, and 3,000-ish still in PvP only, based on adrenaline level. And increased, something that didn't actually happen on all of the other healing nerfs, increased the healing power coefficient from 1.0, etc. to 1.33, which is a fairly significant increase for that. Here's the thing, chat. Here's why I say that, spoilers, I'm actually okay with a lot of these changes for Warrior. Warrior staff was juiced. It really was. And if something's going to be just artificially juiced via numbers, as we've seen with a lot of Bladesworn damage and with Warrior skills in general, that doesn't leave them a lot of design space to make those skills good or interesting or actually feel good to use. I would rather, this change notwithstanding, them make the skills fun and good for a warrior to use. And that's what they're doing. They're letting them largely keep their interactions, largely keep their cooldowns, largely keeping the sarcasm intended, uncancelable line breaker double animation, which I really wish they'd fix. But jokes aside, they are largely letting staff remain staff and just adjusting the scaling on it, which I think is a really good armistice and a step toward making support warrior viable. Does it make staff warrior viable necessarily with a healing amulet in this patch? Probably not. But this is definitely something they need to do to sort of get to that step, right? Get some feedback, whether these changes are working, and then adjust it from there. So I'm actually okay with most, if not all, of these staff changes. Going forward, Line Breaker, reduce the base healing from 2,000 to 1,300-ish. Increase the healing power coefficient again by a lot in PvP. This is actually more than this one was increased by. Then Path to Victory was increased by. That is huge. So again, if you want to run that healing amulet, you can. You probably shouldn't, but you can. Snap Pull, increase the casting time by a very weird 0.15 seconds. This is actually my favorite note, not because of the nerf to Snap Pull, which I think was fine and still is fine, based on my testing and gameplay since the patch, but more that now I know they can increase casting time by things other than 1/4 of a second. Cough, cough, Dragon Trigger 2. Maybe it shouldn't have been a whole half of a second, Cal, that you added to the cast time of Dragon Trigger 2. But Bladesworn complaining aside, neither here nor there, I'm okay with that. Bullet Catcher increased the cooldown from 25 to 30 seconds in PvP only. The cooldown block of shield is also 30 seconds. The duration for Bullet Catcher is 2, so this doesn't just make it better shield, essentially. This is good. They have different functions. You can run both of them even. I do on Spellbreaker. It's good. This is the only change in the patch that really made me go, huh, why? And I want to talk about the Scorched Earth thing for a minute here. So as the last, I saved the best for last. I want to talk about Scorched Earth. We reduced the number of targets from 5 to 3 in World versus World only. Now, this does not mean that, for those who didn't know, Scorched Earth will only hit 3 targets now. It will actually hit up to 12 targets now. But if I pull the skill up, which I can't do because I suck at multitasking, but this skill is one of the most oppressive in World versus World. And we talked about this a little bit previously on our stream, right? This skill is basically Dragon Banner. It hasn't been updated on the wiki yet, but it is now going to be split, and it will only hit 3 things in World versus World. That is per tile. It throws out, similar to a lot of other skills, multiple tiles worth of basically pulsing fields on the ground. However, this skill is different from other skills like Barrage, which has a flat target cap of 5, or even like, I don't even know what the second pistol skill is in the LE Pistol 3. When you have a bullet, it does 2 packets of power damage per tile. The reason this is different is because it is pulsing power damage. The Condi damage, even though this is called Scorched Earth and is designed around Condi Berserker, is mostly ancillary here. The pulsing power damage has always been the issue in World versus World because it is still very high and it hits multiple times, and you could trigger the skill quite quickly if you have a right setup of Berserker. That being said, it's pretty much the only tool Berserker has outside of Arc Divider to actually do damage in a Zerg. However, this tool is so good that they have nerfed its damage time and time and time again, the power damage on it for World versus World, and it hasn't done anything. So the real question becomes, why does Scorched Earth not just get its damage nerfed again? Why does Coalescence of Ruin still get to be at 5 targets? Why does Barrage still get to be at 5 targets? Why does, the LE Pistol 3 thing and Chill, or in Water, still get to be 5 targets, even though it's a similar number of tiles, right? And it's because they're not issues in World versus World. It's because they're not doing as much damage. They have tried to nerf the damage on this. They have tried to nerf the damage on this again. They've tried to nerf the damage over and over. And the only reason that justification that my brain can come up with this is they just can't nerf it enough. It'll still be effective at whatever damage power coefficient they put this at. I think it's okay to try. I hope they don't just, warrior bias notwithstanding only do this to warrior if similar skills become issues in the future. But Scorched Earth meta has been in existence for a very long time for a reason, because target cap shown with Scourge Shades is and always will be king in World versus World engagements. That being said, that's my explanation for this. Clearly, we have a very mixed reaction on the forums to this. I think the TLDR at the end of the video is the staff changes are fine. The World versus World change is the only questionable one that actually made me think for 4 seconds. But, do you guys have a different opinion? Let me know what you thought. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in chat after this. I'll be streaming for another at least a couple hours here. We're going to be giving away transmutation charges to sort of fuel the new Cosmic Inspection feature all night. So hop in, hang out, and yeah, let me know what you guys thought. Again, I'd really prefer they do updated blurbs at the beginning of these, but all of these changes honestly are quality to me. Even the warrior nerfs, or the warrior adjustment scaling rather, on staff. But yeah, I'll be back for the next one. That's our balanced news. I'm Pseudo, and let me know what you guys thought. Cheers. I'll see you guys in Tyria. Peace out. Alrighty, chat. Thanks for bearing with me for that. Good to multitask. It's one thing I've gotten from Muckluck. Yes, thank you, Kate. Remember to hydrate. And since people won't take my money for nothing, I'm going to make you guys take my money for nothing. So what I want you to do... Oh my god, thank you for the raid as well. I'm glad that I have notifications working. Appreciated. So what I want you guys to do is type !balance in chat, all one word, caps don't matter, and I will give one random person. I usually don't do giveaways on not Mondays, but !balance, and I will give one random person 25 gold. So you'll take my money or else, or I'll just give it to Ares. If no one types anything, I'll give it to Ares. But I really don't think the changes were that bad. I saw that staff changes coming a mile away. They didn't nerf them in World versus World, so to answer everyone's burning question, I still think staff is very good in World versus World. And yeah, I think I've shown from the mix of games it's still pretty viable on the Spellbreaker build. They didn't just gut it completely, you know. It's definitely a very good weapon. I'm glad it's not just better Greatsword now, right? Greatsword does a little bit more damage on the F1. It gives you Fury, and it gives you some healing if you spec into staff. And honestly, it's like it's good that they left the scaling, because none of the other weapons that they nerfed, they weren't like, hey, we're gonna increase the healing scaling, right? Like Engineer Shortbow, Mesmer Rifle didn't get that. Mesmer got a UI fix, but like, you know, that's pretty much the only Mesmer buff there. So here's the thing with unblockables, Oceanbat. I've actually been thinking about this a lot more, especially since I redid this Berserker build and we're trying staff longbow, right? Unblockable is a weird thing. Oceanbat, if you're not reading chat, said should remove, or just listening to the VOD, they should remove the days on Gunflame and make it unblockable in World versus World, so longbow has a competition in group fights. I actually really like the days on Gunflame. I think it's a really unique interaction. The thing with Gunflame to me is a lot of people don't or aren't focusing on, when they look at balance of the new weapons, they're not focusing on the one thing that Warrior did get. Like, staff is good. This is almost broken. This right here, being on a weapon skill. It's only 4 seconds. It's only 3 seconds of unblockable that you get or something. It's like 5 total, right? But the fact that they put stacks of unblockable on a weapon for Warrior opens up so many build possibilities, right? That's why I'm running throw bolas on this build, because I can do this, get the stacks, throw an unblockable bola, and then imagine if that was a guy in the tail end of a Zerg, right? They would just be stuck there, especially if they're not paying attention. So, just post it in chat, Kashima. The link should work. If it doesn't, go to Twitch. Link should work. I don't know. That's definitely a good Armistice Oceanbat, but like, I don't really, as somebody who played Bladesworn forever, I don't like the trend of just adding ammunition unblockable to everything. I think Warrior almost has enough of that, but again, that's just my opinion, right? Thank you for that. You were confused with your F2 not giving Chaos Aura. Interesting. Yeah, I figured I wouldn't try to do, you know, I think Mukluk has more of an interest in monetizing his content, and people do news roundups than I do, but I don't think there's, you know, whenever there's balanced news that's noteworthy, if it's just like a couple things, I don't really feel the need to do stuff, but like, if there's balanced news that's not like, you know, noteworthy like that, I don't know. Maybe make a free YouTube account. Yeah, if you can send it if it's less than 25 megabytes, Kashima. Get those entries in, !balance in chat. We are doing a 25 gold giveaway just because, honestly, because people won't take my money. And again, excuse me, sorry, free transmutation charges all night. Just let me know a character name I can send them to. Hey, Variety, welcome. Thank you for the follow, appreciated. Need a louder notification thing on my end for those. Yeah, that's an interesting, like, the Chaos Aura one's sticking in my brain now, because Chaos Aura, I almost feel like they should add that back as a Grandmaster, right? Because auras are tricky to balance. I think if nothing else, Shocking Aura has really shown that. Although my feelings on Shocking Aura, that they should almost change it to a daze or something, instead of a stun. I think stun on Shocking Aura is really strong, but I'm not an Elementalist player. They definitely get something, so it is what it is. But Chaos Aura no longer being shareable is like really a thing, right? It's in general chat. Okay. As long as it's not inappropriate in general chat, I'll check it out later. Can't really do that now. There's some really cool Sab stuff. I wish I was better at jumping for you guys, but I think everybody else in their cat is doing Sab content, so I figured I'd do some updated builds and showing off staff and whatnot. I also kind of want to see how high I can get in PvP just solo queuing. You can gift them to people from the gem store? I don't believe you. I have 2 alts loaded up and I couldn't. Do you mean you can gift the non-free ones? Because that I agree with. But I think the promotional ones, the free ones that they made, Steve, you can't. Sometimes when they make an item free, like the Black Lion keys, they know people have alts and they'll either deliberately make them giftable or not because people will just gift them, you know, people being pseudo, to their main account. So that's definitely a thing that they are aware of, especially with all of the NVIDIA promotions they've done. You suck at Sab? Well, get good. I was watching some, get good is like the epitome of Dark Souls, right? Like that's kind of the almost the hardcore, non-hardcore, casual gamer thing that popularized the phrase get good. But I was watching some like Slave Knight Gale, the second to final boss, but the real final boss of like Dark Souls 3, and that fight is just get good the fight. You know? I mean, I'm not surprised that a lot of my audience is like, hey, Sab's not for me, right, Gremini? It's a balanced channel for a reason. I actually love Sab. I think it's one of the coolest things they put in the game, and I'll go over there and just look at the cosmetics for a second. But if for nothing, no other reason than it's really unique for an MMO. But I don't personally jive with it, right? The one time I had to do Sab, I was like, can you help me for my guild? And like I had somebody, you know, walk me through all the tribulation stuff to get the infusions and such. I paid him. It's like, yeah, it's like, it's just not my thing. I have the patience for it. I don't know, man. It might be an excuse or just you know, translating controller gameplay through XPad to this, because controller gameplay is usually really good for, you know, jumping stuff, but partially because you can't like rotate your camera in 3D space in this game like the way I have it mapped. It makes it very difficult. Check out these synthesizers being within the ring though. Hell yeah, Roy. Rock on, man. If you win the gold or the giveaway, you'll send the gold to your kids. But you won't send the gold I sent you like at the beginning of the stream, Steve. That's just for you. I got you. I'm kidding. Yeah, I never played through Dark Souls 3. I don't think I have a PS3 or PS4 or whatever it was on, but it was. I've watched all the bosses, and I really like character design and enemy design, and I'm really into that sort of thing. So I have huge respect for that sort of thing. Very, very much into their lore and whatnot. All right, chat. We have 1 more minute. Get those entries in. Exclamation point balance in chat. 25 gold giveaway. Just have to be followed on Twitch. You do not have to be subbed on YouTube, but thank you if you are. You can blame the YouTube API for that. No worries, dude. It's rumored that FromSoft are working on like 3 games now too, because they're just like the game publisher that everyone loves. So it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have like I almost worry for their like first bad one, you know, right? Like what's gonna happen when a bad FromSoft game comes out? I feel like that's gonna be the next one where a lot of clickbait people are like, it wasn't very good, whether that's justified or not, right? You know, just look at the one video that the guy made of like Guild Wars 2 sucks, and he played like 8 seconds of it. You're following on Twitch too, damn. It's too good. There's a way you can game the system. All right, we have some entries. Thank you guys, appreciated. Let's see if my bottle grabs somebody new. It'd be funny, it always seems to grab new people. Making sure it actually grabbed all the entries. 3, 2, 1. Gremini, you have won. Congrats. So, give him some congrats, chat. Oh, wait, hit 20 subs as well. I gotta make more emotes for you guys. Heck yeah. That's weird that you follow me to work because, like, I work from home. Do you just, like, run around my house? That's interesting. It's interesting, sir. Give him some congrats, chat. Gremini, give me a character to send money to. congrats to you. I will send you 25 gold, and again, transmutation charges are on me tonight, if that's something you're interested in. I don't even think Dark Souls 2 is bad. I also honestly think that Dark Souls 3 is a bigger target than Dark Souls 2, Kashima. Just because Dark Souls 3, it became, like, popular to hate after the fact, and everyone's like, I prefer Dark Souls 1. And it's just like, well, now you're just doing that thing. You know, the I listen to bands that don't even exist yet thing. I had that as a shirt in college. That was great. No. Yeah, that's good. I'd rather know my enemies, or know the people that stalk me, not my enemy. You're hanging out talking about builds. How bad can you really be? Gremini, I need a character. Well, it was definitely, you know, Kingsfield, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, whatever you want to say was the first, was definitely ahead of their time, right? Like, Dark Souls and Demon Souls almost failed catastrophically because people like, you know, at the time, Yahtzee hated it, and the reviewers are like, this is way too hard and such. And like, no one got it. No one got like the thing that FromSoft was going for. No one understood it, man. You just have to think. But like, really, they design a lot of their systems and their games, like the leaving notes thing for other people to interact with, and like, you know, you're not supposed to figure out all the lore. You're not supposed to figure out all the how to do this thing. Right? It's supposed to be a community effort. So that almost didn't take off because of their own design. I am lucky, but I guarantee I make less money than you, Steve, so it's a win-loss. It's a +1, -1. I get to work from home, but I make basically nothing, so it's fine. It is what it is. I'm not salty. It's the life I've chosen and what works for now. Don't you dare give me money. I will block you, sir. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the 10 gold back, and we'll give it to somebody else on stream. Who dare give me my money back? And don't you also claim that you make money playing World versus World. That is a lie. But what do you think of the balance changes, chat? Do you think any of them, like, you know, I only really have the warrior perspective nailed down, and I can talk from a position of like knowledge base for the other changes, but how did the other thing how do the other things play? Yeah, super successful, makes 0 money from this. It's great. Pseudo Elden Ring stream. I want to, Kashima. I haven't even beaten it yet. I've played like 2.5 hours of Elden Ring. I just know a lot about it because I like watch, you know, it's my relax thing, right? So I'll put like playthroughs of it on the background. I've been thinking about it because I do own the game. I don't know. I want to play it. Maybe I'll stream it. We'll see. The UI fix is the most impactful. Hell yeah. It's the kind of quality takes that I want, Gremini. Because I hear you. Oh yeah, I forgot that's still a stun. Heck yeah. Go over there. I need to get better at my stun breaks. More comfortable with this build. I pressed my block button. We need to kill the guy that's in downstate. Cool.
I don't like.
Oh yeah, I know the Jolly Cooperation mods are sick. I would probably be down, honestly. I need to do a playthrough with like my friends, like my IRL friends as well. I want to like set up a whole couch co-op thing. Man, hurts. Yeah, it's variety. It's very much in back burner, patent pending. We'll see what happens with Bladesworn sort of deal. It's pretty. It doesn't have an identity right now because they just sort of made it temporarily functional in PvE. It needs a lot of love as far as Bladesworn goes. I don't even like the dragon triggers don't even play that dissimilar from each other. I almost think that they should just make dragons. They should give it the spellbreaker treatment, right? Maybe with a longer cooldown and make Dragon Slash 2 go based on how long you charge it, like the distance, and then okay, I need to actually like turn my brain on for this match. Based on how long you charge it, and it's just on your F2 now, right? And then they can like make Dragon Slashes do something else or make Dragon Trigger itself do something else. If I can get the stab stomp off. Heck yeah. These like glass rangers, dude. The video game chat. It's a video game that play. Yeah, it needs a full rework. I don't know if you've read any of my blog posts. I've played Bladesworn more than anything else, probably, except for Mirage. It needs like a complete overhaul because the problem, especially with how they designed it, is like ammunition is a really powerful mechanic that doesn't actually add anything to a lot of buttons. So it doesn't like ammunition itself doesn't make like a bad skill good, right? So the issue with ammunition is that it exists at all, and that's how the class is designed. Right? So, and because that's how the class is designed, they're like afraid to give it, you know, anything else. Oh my god, I'm just dazed forever, dude. Oh, there was a Mirage in there. I was like, what is dazing me? Oh, it's the invisible Mirage daze mantra thing. Alright, now we do this. No, takes him out of the fight for a little bit at least. Fine with that. Yeah, Spellbreaker's designed around PvP, right? And it's simple and it's effective. I don't think it'll always be the best, but just like Bladesworn, especially even pre-release, like in the alpha or whatever they put out, the beta, where it needed to be in Gunsaber to even pull out Dragon Trigger, it's like there's so many competing design systems on Bladesworn that it just like needs to be reworked entirely. It's very odd, you know? I put a lot of time and effort into thinking how they could maybe rework it in a healthy way that's like good for the game as well. Nice, I like the might thing went over there. That's good. I don't know what arenanet wants for the class, but in my opinion, they need to figure out what they want for the class first and then like organize a way for it to do that, because it was just trying to do too many things, right? Like trying to give alacrity, and then it's trying to be the one-shot support thing, and then it's like trying to do all this other stuff, and it's like, bruh, just pick something. Now, my ally ran away from capping that point. Cool. Oh, he's going for Trank. That's good. It's not so much what they wanted it to be, but like you know, how they wanted it to play at all. Very odd. It wants to just entertain me being in vengeance. It's fine with me. Very good. Do I know this Mirage? Maddie? Weird. How did we lose Trank also? Interesting. Thing match chat. Oh, fuck. I bet they're on comms. Yeah, they're on comms. There's no way he would have turned around. Oh, I have the wrong trade, actually. That's interesting. Did his smoke skill hit me? I was an invisible arrow. Well, this game was over anyway. Yeah, the samurai and the armaments thing, I mean, I've gone over it in my video as well. Like, the thing with Bladesworn is none of its armaments work with its class mechanic either. So it's really weird that, except for like flow stabilizer, which also doesn't give it flow anymore. So it's like really, like none of its systems work together, right? So they need like maybe one fewer systems on it, and then just to like figure out how they want it to play at all. Is there a Thief AFK for like that entire match? And whatever, just for fun. People are complaining about how Vindicator staff is OP in PvP right now. That's interesting because they didn't change like anything on Vindicator, right? This is going back to what I was talking about, like that discussion I had with Sea Monster, where Steve, they'll change one thing in like a fighting game, and it will have nothing to do with like anything else, right? You know, it'll be exactly milquetoast. It'll be exactly 5 out of 10. It'll be, you know, it won't interact. It won't get buffed or nerfed or anything else with any of the other classes that got buffed or nerfed. And then it is meta, right? I've seen a lot of Hammer Vindicators in PvP because they buffed Hammer, but like, I can't explain the staff thing other than, you know, the meta revolved around staff Vindicator, and now it's like really good, right? Because the things that countered it are no longer viable, or vice versa. Pseudo, what class do you think plays the most like Dante? Not Bladesworn. Virtuoso's not really Virgil, I would say. Honestly, the thing that plays the most like Dante is probably why I like it is Spellbreaker, to me, because it just like shifts playstyles. They had a Reaper, you know, Reaper with a certain build. I would say not really Thief, probably. Nero's obviously Bladesworn. It's literally 1-for-1 Nero. Willbender is more Virgil. If I had to pick one, but you know, Virgil's just Glassy or Dante. Maybe some kind of Revenant build for Dante. Maybe. Because you could still run a Greatsword, but it's not so much down to the... I'm trying to think not so much down to the weapon choice, what plays the most like Dante, and more like down to the playstyle, right? Where you shift in and out of forms and styles and such. Yeah, you get a super form with Reaper. You can run Greatsword Harbinger almost. Like, gets a gun. You can do range pressure if you want to. They're saying that Warrior Staff got changed, but Vindicator needed nerfing too, but now it stands alone. Yeah, maybe. Vindicator Staff is a lot more defensive than Warrior, so I could see that. The thing with any kind of Revenant build is it's really tricky because almost all of them play the same, and that's if you can't kill a Revenant in the first 20 seconds, you can't kill it at all. And the reason being is the same that was like in my broken builds Vindicator video is Revenants essentially refresh all of their buttons and their health every 20 seconds. So it's a lot of like, you know, can I kill this? Can I burst it down? Can I find the holes in their gameplay style? And as a result of that, all Revenants are going to play the same, but they're all going to be very tanky for the most part, even the Shiro ones. Because if you just have a time limit, basically, to get all your health back because you have 2 heal skills, or your buttons or whatever, it plays a lot differently. I don't think it's Daredevil Kashima. I made that Dante, you know, pistol thief video, but like you could swing it. It definitely has the best cosplay for Dante. Yeah, it's almost like inbuilt out rotation, right? Especially for things that have longer cooldowns like Necromancer. Thief. It's definitely a thing. I'm trying to think if Virtuoso plays like anything from any fighting game or spectacle fighter or fighting game. Not really. Dante's almost an engineer as well because of the kits. Just via playstyle, even though like 2 of them are viable in PvP. Yeah, you get the teleports, that's about it. Ooh, are you a person? Do you want to fight? I haven't gotten to actually fight anything with my Berserker. Let's duck out of queue here. Fight this thing. I bought food for a reason, chat. Wanna fight me? Mister, I'm over there now. I'll even wait till you kill the sentry. Waiting. Oh, alright, I was gonna like wait and fight Eve fairly. Fine. I'm not gonna fight you when you have every boon in the game, dude. Plus my stun break forever ago. Well, I don't know if I can kill a Harbinger. Shit is ridiculous. I can get away from a Harbinger, though. Well, maybe not. Oh, he has sword on. Shit's so cracked. Harbinger movement is nuts with that thing. Yeah. Look at those definitely 400 range dashes, chat. Very much definitely 400 range. Oof, yummy. Nice. Actually thought I'd get away there. I should have about faced and... Oh, he had all the boons in the game. It wouldn't have mattered. Trying stuff out. Trying some unblockable throw bolas. We'll see if it matters. I just don't like having to lean into the one playstyle, which is CC Warrior, you know? Try stuff. Really happy with this build otherwise. See if I can 1v1 literally not the most broken spec in World versus World. Yeah, you get the like clones, you get the or at least the phantasms, right? You get the floating daggers. A lot of speed. You don't have a lot of speed and movement in Virtuoso, but you can definitely swing it with the teleports. That's a fair point, Steve. It says that I feel like maybe a good indicator of whether a class is OP is whether or not you can cook up a counter build for it. It's also like, is it just best in... I mean, meta is defined as like best in slot for a role, right? So, you know, an alacrity provider, a side noter, a roamer, like that Harbinger build. You know, Selly Harbinger is still just gonna be king of everything. It's the reason... There's a reason I did like a 10-second video on it where I made a build in 8 seconds. We literally didn't die that night or something. It's really good. But yeah, if there's a counter build that can push it out of the meta, that's a fair point. But you don't want to have just like, you know, the meta revolving around one broken game character in like a fighting game like Meta Knight or whatever. Or I guess Smash is more of a spacing game. I don't know what people get mad at me either way. Probably already canceled. It's a fair point, though. Whether or not a build is OP. I'm gonna leave these harpies alone. They've died 8 times tonight. No, thank you. Get out of my chat. Hang on. I never pull up my chat, so I never, like, have a thing to ban people. It's annoying. Thank you for the engagement, but get out of my chat. Oops. I'll report this crap. Wow, the top thing is terrorism. Jesus. Tell us more. I have to tell you. It's so hard to report people. Why do you do this, Twitch? Jesus. That was a work. Almost missed my cue. Good lord. Really be more attentive to that. It's nuts to me how people have like million, you know, there are people watching sometimes with like, you know, 77,000 viewers and such. And I know they have people who manage bots and whatnot and mod their channels and whatnot. But that seems like, you know, a job. That's crazy. Managing all that spam and crap. Insane to me. The next thing that blows my mind too is whenever you see one of these things, someone was paid to write that. And it's like, I want to know how much and how they even like tell, right? That's crazy to me. Yeah, no spam here. Thank you. All right, chat, let's get this going. And this is our fashion wars for the shield dagger. No Kashima asked 5 ever ago. I like the decade shield as well. I think it's pretty sick. I still love this animation. Because it's not just the copy-pasted Mirage one. It's like the start of the rigging, but then it's like pretty good. They're pretty cool. They're like, you know, shiny, but they're subtle. Kashima the Fortune shining weapons. I really like them a lot. Chat, this is interesting. Say chat's like, our ranger isn't wearing armor. He's like wearing an outfit. Does that still impact PvP? Do you still need like... Oh, it's okay. I kind of stole it from Captain Crapface. All the warrior players play like weird Spartan things. You just gravitate to this, I'm convinced, if you play warrior long enough, Silhouette. But thank you. I'm glad that you got there was a Spartan inspired. Solid. Ow. Not gonna be able to win this guy versus this guy. Oh, I'm gonna die now too. I thought that was an ally. It was not. Dang, they're all chasing Spoon. It's too good. Had some weird games tonight, chat. Yeah, I can tell you what it is, Silhouette. It's like Decade boots. That weird like gem store girdle they put in the gem store recently. I'll show you in a sec. Yeah, the Grasping Dead Pants, I think, is what it has. Oh, the Ara ones? Like those grasping dead ones? Yeah, those are pretty sick. I think the 7 Reaper's pants are what these are. That's what it was. I was trying to think. I was like, I know it's something gem store. Oh yeah, absolutely. The raw ones, they actually, people don't know, they censored on chicks. They used to not have like a breastplate covering or something, and they added it. This is like too revealing, and then, you know, for both chicks and guys later we got like basically nothing. So, you know, is what it is. Get off the point. Thank you. The weird realms of censorship complaining for both dudes and chicks that this game has gone through have always vexed me, because I was really pissed off that I couldn't show off, you know, some skin as a dude for a really long time, and then Path of Fire came out and everyone was complaining that all the dude armors were way too revealing. And I was like, bruh, have you seen the other armor in this game? It was funny. The selective outrage of the world's very funny. What is my team fucking doing? Good talk. On a side note. Oh, man. I saw your second installment of Zero to Hero. It was fun. No, just more people doing that as well. You definitely set a trend, sir. That was good. Ooh, he got me. That was really good. See, this guy plays Spellbreaker. He knows what he's doing. I don't. This is why I say I'm bad, Maddie. Because, like, I gotta get better at my timings and my, like, predicting other people's stuff. Prince Hot. Yeah, this man knows what's up. Dude, there's some armor that you can get that's like, whoa. But it's not nearly as bad as like other MMOs, you know? And personally, I'm more opposed to the puritanical. People should be able to do what they want on the internet. I don't really give a shit, you know? It's a whole different discussion. Over here. My team is doing nothing, dude. Yeah, the before times. Probably. Yeah, it didn't believe me when I said I'm 30 or 40. It's funny. Dude, my teams tonight have been like... I think I had like 2 wins that I was allowed to have, and then the game was like, nah. This man's running offhand sword. I dig it. He's running like the Spellbreaker build. Damn, he's really good. I can't touch this idiot. He can have his place in hell. Oh, my team's off doing nothing good. Dude, these matches. Game thinks I'm good or some shit. Really annoying. I am learning, god damn it. Go back and do my placement matches over. Dude, he's so good. Thief can't even touch him. I'm just gonna like watch him because this match is so over. He's got Sigil of Intelligence on as well. It's interesting. Which weapon set is that on? I just want to like fight this guy and get better. Because Spellbreaker's such a good class. I just need to be like good at it because you really can't face roll your keyboard. I'm not doing great. Nice of him to say that, though. Oh, man. Stranger Things? Dude, the last season of Stranger Things is never coming out. Oh, man. That shit started in, like, the 40s, and they are never making the last season of that show. It's so funny. Oh, we're actually like doing stuff now? I don't know. Are they killing our lord? Door's open. Those kids have grown up and had careers and girlfriends and shit. And like, that it is never finishing. It's so funny. They're thinking of making a Stranger Things restaurant. It is just nostalgia bait, the show. I kind of love it though. You got so many kids. Is Silhouette one of your kids? Never got to fight the spoon guy. Is she like the kid? Steve is your dad? That's what I thought. I need to fight that Spellbreaker. I want to look up, like, check if Hardstuck has updated their stuff since the patch. Because I doubt it, because he was still running staff. Is the API working again, chat? I know it was having issues. Heelbreaker. Oh, is that the Captain Crabface build? Damn, I'm gonna have to like... I'm gonna have to watch that video. See, they were Berserker Amulet and Rune of the Fighter. I suppose I could change mine up to that. Yeah, this seems like what he was running. Put it in chat so y'all can follow along with the class. This is what I pulled my build from originally, but I just don't know. No, they were 7 rune. There's like this, you know, whenever something changes, everyone, like, humans hate change by nature. So there were a lot of people on, well, at least, I don't know if a lot is the right word, but there were definitely people that were like, we need to get rid of this feature now for inspect fashion. And it's like, dude, calm down. It's fashion in a game. So I'm just giving out free transmutation charges to everybody. No matter what, whenever something changes, somebody's going to try to gatekeep it. But yes, there were people trying. But also, I don't think it was most of the humans on Earth, so you don't have to lose too many points in faith in humanity today. I was mostly just doing it because, like, I'm going to just give people stuff. I don't care. I have, what, 18,000 gold? It's not going to impact me, man. It's weird. And we went over a lot of the arguments before. Like, I sort of get it, right? Like back in the day, a lot of the items came from the cash shop, and a lot of them were more, you know, you had to put actual money into it. Same thing with transmutation charges. You know, if you've paid money, there's a bit more of a valid argument to be made there, where you know, back in the day, transmutation charges were much harder to get. Transmuting legendary items wasn't free. You had to actually, you know, unless you played a bunch of PvP, you had to pay a lot for transmutation charges to even do fashion. That's a bit more of an argument, you know, valid argument. But these days, like, you know, in 2024, where transmutation charges are coming out of the woodwork, and you have, like, you know, effectively just, it's just a quality of life feature whether or not they're going to add it, right? And a lot of the chat brought up really good points. Like, what if someone just wins a fashion contest, you know, with a look they're copied one for one? In my opinion on that is, well, if the judge is okay with it, yeah, it's fine. But, you know, it's just like cheating on a test. I mean, yeah, that's Silhouette. That's I'm sure I don't have to tell you. It's words are easy and work's hard. And just like shouting and screaming is a lot easier than doing push-ups where you know, you get no validation, right? So the one reason I feel comfortable in taking a side, I only really feel comfortable in taking a side in really stupid issues. This is a really stupid issue that I feel like comfortable taking a side in, so I'm just giving people transmutation charges. To that effect, chat, if you guys are followed or want to... Oh, thank you for the follow as well, Variety. I don't know if I already called you out. Type !PVP in chat. I'll do another RNG giveaway. 25 gold. You just have to be followed on Twitch or exist on YouTube. And that can go toward your personal fashion efforts. Yeah, I don't know what to tell. Look at these harvesting nodes that are like within the circle, chat. It's amazing. What a time to be alive. People tend to get bent out of shape over things that they put a lot of, you know, personal value into, and personal value comes from either time or money, because, you know, people like to say time is money. So if you put either a lot of time or money or both, you feel entitled to a thing. And I put a lot of time into my character's fashion. I put, you know, 18,000 hours into this game. I love this game. I'm gonna die and not be able to kill this warg before this match pops. Do I feel like that should gatekeep and entitle me to certain fashions so other people can't enjoy the same thing that I have? Fuck no. Half of the reason I'm streaming without monetizing any of my crap is just to, like, get builds out there to the masses, right? Builds, fashion, very much an enthusiast of both. I feel like I could have a better sigil on my staff. Oh, I'm gonna die. Crud, 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 crud. Okay, good. I made it out of combat, chat. If you die in World vs. World, you give the enemy points. I don't know if that's true if nothing's tagged you. Well, whatever. What are they running? Staff, revocation, and intelligence. All right, well. I wonder if you still run intelligence now that staff's been nerfed a little bit. Let's try it, chat. Changing this up. I'm assuming you do like 1, 2, 1 for intelligence. That's weird. It's weird. You know what? We'll leave the one that I was liking alone, right? Location's fine. We'll change this up. Change this to... Go with the meta rune here, and we'll change this to intelligence. So we'll go a little bit more meta, but still not quite meta. There we go. I think I'm probably higher on hours now, but it's probably only 18k. I don't know. I think I was actually at 16k when we did the comparison with Sergio and they had 18. I don't know. It's some number. Typing's too hard. It's a lot. The funny part is, like I said when I did that interview, Slade still has more than I do, and he quit 2 years ago. So if that isn't a testament to how much of a monster he is, I don't really know what could be, right? Dude, it's ridiculous. I'll do the drawing after this match, chat. But thank you for the entries. Appreciate it. Thank you for taking my money. Same fucking Spellbreaker. You know what's funny, actually? I've seen more spellbreakers since the nerf, which is really interesting. Like, I'm only in gold 2, but that's really interesting to me. I get inspired by songs, Kashima. I'm theoretically learning how to, eventually going to want to write a manga, or draw a manga, or whatever the correct term is for it. I have this whole thing planned out, and for my characters, I get very heavily inspired by songs. Are we not targeting the Immortal Weaver? Okay, team's dead. Dude, these games today have been so dog shit. Like, I'm trying to sugarcoat it for streaming purposes, but like, my teams have been really bad. I don't know what I'm rated now. Like, they have been aggressively bad. And again, if you're new or you're learning out there, that's fine. I'm not directly calling you out, but it's like, I don't know how I'm getting paired with these people because I'm not that good. I'm like gold 2, man. It's like top 25, like gold 2 right now. Just trying to learn how to play Spellbreaker, man. Yeah, it definitely comes from a lot of that like Ruby mentality. Where like, how did he block that? What does Elementalist have that blocks? Where like the characters had different themes and such. Okay. Oh. How did that go through my block? Really interested to know. I need to play more of this stuff so I understand how to fight it. Oh, lost mid again. I haven't completely lost this match yet, though. It's good. Great. I was gonna do that. Like, what even just hit me? Thief hit me. I was hit by the skill Thief. Have Thief. You can also do slap an abyssal infusion on it. That's how my friend used to Fashion Wars, but he was really into like the necro thing. Sorry, I can't keep up with the chat and play. But I also I'm learning more about color theory, Kashima, and like complementary colors, and not only that, just like how they design movie posters and stuff. Like the you know, Michael Bay teal gold aesthetic is there for a reason, right? It's not just because Michael Bay just, you know, picked a color gradient and called it a day. It's because it's one of the most appealing combinations of color on the eyes. It's a lot of reason why like a lot of my stuff is actually teal and gold as well, because it's just a relaxing color combination. God damn it. See if I can get to the point before I die, chat. That's cool. You know, the staff weapon's like kind of good, right? Really nerf this or do something for it. Nice. Problem. Gotta die on it. That would have been an acceptable sacrifice if we had any of the other points. I don't know what the fuck my team's been doing the entire match. Some nights I feel like I can't play with other people because I just get Naru over and over, and sometimes I really feel like it just doesn't matter, right? Like, it's just... you can't win, you know? I just want to have fun matches, but it's like, I just feel like they're so one-sided a lot of the time. I just want more people playing the game, I guess. I don't know. That Willbender was doing Willbender things. To his credit. The unfortunate part is I have to cleave a lot of these down people that would normally just leave because my team has no idea what they're doing. Go away. Good. This is good. That was some bullshit. I don't know how Marthief is dead. I actually don't. It is what it is, though. Oh, man. Maybe piece of game mode, chat. Yep, they just won. No. No one's paying attention to the bell. I'm gonna message Sea Monster and see if he's around, if we're gonna get matches like this regardless of what I do, though. I was like, I'll practice some solo queue and, like, do my role and practice. Not. No, you fucking won't. Bitch. You're gonna get, like, carry fucking silver players and like it. Okay, arenanet, whatever. I'm sad. Good fight. What's this? Dagger Wilbur or Weaver? Pretty cool. Honestly. I'm digging it. They changed the grinding stones ability like to do way more damage, right? I think that's why I've seen more dagger stuff. That was sick though. Oh man. Alright, chat. Exclamation point PvP in chat. You have 1 more minute. Do our second drawing in the night. Sorry. Definitely a match, I guess. Let's see how much we were supposed to win from that match, because you can tell whether or not, if you didn't know, you can tell. Like, we were actually supposed to win that. Wow, minus 18, or I was supposed to win that? Like, that's crazy, town. Hey, Aries, welcome back. That's crazy. That did not feel like that at all. Oh, man. Have to do some more PvP theory crafting. Ooh, Astral Acclaim. Just in time. Make sure, again, PSA, free transmutation charges notwithstanding, that you finish up your Wizard's Vault objectives in the next month, because it's going to flip over. And then hopefully, right after that happens, we will actually get some news about the 5th expansion, which may or may not be time travel. All right, let's do our drawing. Get my chair set up here. 3, 2, 1. The charts, huh? Gross. Hey, it's our new guy, Variety. Welcome, dude, and thank you. Give me a character name or an account name that I can mail some money to. But hopefully you're enjoying. Congrats and welcome. Give him some congrats, chat. All right, I want to keep doing PvP. I'm enjoying the Berserker build as well, even if it can't kill Harbingers, but I, like, really want to keep doing PvP and getting better. Oh, you don't have to log in. Just give me a character name. If you can, like, type any of your character names or your account name, that's totally fine. Whatever works for you, though. This shield, these decade weapons they added, this thing is so sick. Like, look at the detail on that. Do you want to link it to me? You can link it in the chat, Kashima, and it should paste as a link, like the same type of link. You can also link it to me in game, that's fine. I find your resistance to the build editor so funny. But yeah, if you'd rather whisper me in game, my character name is Salem. Probably the easiest one to type, S-A-L-E-M, all one word. Yeah, I'll be editing that little news VOD up. That'll be going up over the weekend, so if you missed it, we will... Yeah, I know you're lazy. Just do it, dude. Been here forever. You've seen... Just tell me I could probably do it faster. All right, I'll send you the money, Variety. But yeah, I'll be editing that little VOD up on the channel. I have another one that I... will probably get me Guild Wars 2 canceled, but I'm looking forward to it. What's up with energy sigils predominantly? Because they're like the best sigil, period. It's going to be a video. We'll see how many people unsubscribe for that one, but it is what it is. It's going to be a thing. So stay tuned for that. I have a whole thing planned on... This will be coming from an alt, by the way. I have a whole series planned on, like, different equipment and such. I think the next thing I will be looking at is just sigils in general. So stay tuned for that if that's something you're interested in. But energy sigils are going to be my first port of call. That is not a character name, by the way. I think you mistyped it. I can try again one more time. That's not your account name. Oh, J-Hammer. Okay, I missed the first bit. Sorry, my bad. I only tried this last bit. That is Pseudo's fault. My mail was suppressed due to excessive messaging. Well, there you go. Stab. I need to get more Decades weapons, but the only way to do that is to exist. They're really sick, though. Bruh. This PvP match is going to start before I can mail you. Ridiculous. See if sea monster's around. Not. Truly tragic. Try one more time. Still excessive messaging. Nice. There's like one quality of life feature I'd like for guild leaders. It's for every year you play this game, you should be able to send one more mail per whatever it is, like 2 minutes. The fact that it's limited to 2 is insane. Like, why 2, arenanet? 3 would be better. They're all going over there. Alright. Alright, let's go. Let's get better at this nonsense, chat. Who are we even fighting? All these classes scare me that we're fighting. We have 1 point. My team is so confused. How do they have... Alright, whatever. I think we got a kill. Everyone's like killing the 1 down guy. Good. Sorry. See if I can do my role, which is sit on the side node the entire game. Although I should realistically go help that thief. Nope, they're doing just fine on their own. That thing does a lot of damage. Oh, this is a plat match, damn it. I have to actually, like, try. We got that. Yep. Can I send it now? Hey, it's sent. Cool. I don't like just wanna go stay far, but I will. Yeah, congrats again. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. We have both beasts. Interesting. Everybody's attacking a different thing. I'm gonna attack this thing. Now going to go down here. Your first gold, congrats. Don't even have a Guild Wars 2 account yet, right? Bro, look at your mini-map. So this thief just, like, ran far, I guess, to support me? Just in case? Which wasn't the worst play. Definitely a thing that they did. Hey, this guy's running Rifle Mesmer. Cool. I thought I got the pull off. I'm jade frozen. Interesting. That was a lot of rallies. That is true. People are spicy. You're a poor NPC. That can make you a lot of money in Divinity's Reach, I hear. People are spicy in chat tonight. Oh, man. People taking video games seriously. Nobody tell them I play on an Xbox controller. Like some serious gaming right now. We're serious. Serious gamers only, chat. Speaking of useless, pointless crap to gatekeep for no reason. I would like to be able to play the video game. I have this, you know, for all the people who bitch about the auto tracking shit that like Spellbreaker does, I have had more auto track skills with tonight than I think in the history of Guild Wars 2, like that I have played. And if, how are you getting a, never mind. Just people need to die. Thief, you need to do your job, bro. The jukes, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god, dude. Ugh. Oh. A literal fashion wars, nah. I think you'd like Hollow Ares. It's like Necromancer, but like good. Oh my gosh, dude, this is... I'm going to stay on this point for the rest of the game, and my team can either throw it or whatever. Because our thief has no idea how to rotate. Maybe he's learning like me. I don't know. But this is like a thing. Yeah, then people would just throw to have their fashion inspected, nah? I found a flaw in your logic. Yeah, you can't link the equipment, that's true. Ow. Ow. Okay, I dodged right into the worst possible place. That was neat. I swear I just press buttons and like end up in the worst spots conceivable. Oh man. Problem is he's gonna rally now, yeah. I shouldn't have vengeanced. Oh man, did it work? It didn't work in chat. Try Twitch. Maybe I can see it if I go to YouTube. This game's pretty over. Up. Over here. And can I see it? Chat is loading. I cannot. Can I give you... Let's see here. That's weird. Yeah, try Twitch. It didn't work there. And we were supposed to lose that one. I don't know what the game's doing, man. Odd. I don't care. I'm just here for fun. I will check my YouTube settings afterward if it didn't work. Interesting. I don't know, I feel like playing this video game. Oh my god, that was so fast though. What is gatekeeping? Gatekeeping is like picking arbitrary lines. Like, you know, I have a good, for example, you know, I have a good build. I'm not sharing it with you guys. You know, stuff like that, where you have a thing and you're like, haha, you're not. It's kind of like the thing back in the day, Zim, where it's, you know, you're not enough of a Marvel fan. Like I win comics because I'm a bigger Spider-Man fan than you are. You're not a real fan, sort of thing. And since they put the cosmetic infusion thing or inspect tool in the game, people have had this like artificial uproar of, oh, I'm not sharing my fashion. I put a lot of time and effort into it, so I'm not sharing it. And we've talked about the positive and negative aspects of it. It's valid and it's not valid. It's not really a valid stance in 2024, but it, you know, for people who spent money on transmutation charges, I can kind of understand it. This looks fun, Kashima. Looks hella fun. There's a lot of Berserker gear on this build. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Yeah, right. Just like, it's arbitrary stupid stuff. People do it with everything though. Whether it's sports or fashion or builds or whatever. It's arbitrary. It comes from a place of placing arbitrary value on things that are essentially valueless. I think we need... Oh man, I was going to change my sword skin, chat. That's why we've been losing. We need a better dagger skin. You'll see this a lot. It's not just, you know... People tend to get upset about things when they place arbitrary value on things in all types of stupid things, whether it's people shouting and screaming on the internet about whatever. Vigilance gear, got it. Let's go, Kashima. No escape. Dagger pistol. I've been having such trouble making pistol work. I know you said you run it for like just the fun, but I don't know, man. You only have 2 CCs as well on this. I'm surprised you run body blow. But everything else looks pretty solid. Looks very fun. Right. Have a good game here, chat. Jesus. What have you been doing? Talking about, like, weirdos on the internet. My goal this game, especially because this is, like, my favorite map, is just to go far and, sit there. Higher game. Minimize some of these things in the background as well, chat. Oh my god. One client going. Need some better music. Where is it? Where is it? Oh yes, full counter, that's true. Very true. You were not wrong. There we go. Fuck yeah, I can't lose now. We even only have one person who didn't ready up. Fun fact, chat. If you're ever playing PvP and no one on the opponent team readies up, you know you're fucked. Because the people who don't ready up are generally people from like back in the day who used to play PvP. We're good. He's going there so I can actually, like, help my team. An AFK person. What are you even fighting? That is a Berserker. I think that's a serious Berserker. Pull him. Nice. That was a wasted charge. One of the 2 good attacks I get. Okay, we're gonna lose this. Goodbye. Whole game. Whole game. Swear to God. Yeah, Major Bane Tether is also a CC. True. I'm noticing more and more that weakness is way stronger than people give it credit for. That's a good trivia question, actually. I think I'm going to do that on Monday. So, hint, hint. There's something. Off my point. I like how the unblindable, undodgeable thing missed there. That was good. I also like how he interrupted my stun break that gives me stability. That was amazing. Well, feeling that. We're feeling those nerfs now, Mr. Krabs. They're hitting me through blocks. I love it. Oh, man. Yeah, weakness is sick. I think it's a really... I was looking at it last night, so spoilers, I was already thinking of weakness as, like, the trivia question. But weakness is sick because it does more than people think, but also, like, the arms race of, like, stuff they've added to each class is kind of telling when you look at, like, what has access to weakness now that didn't before. It's kind of insane, actually. Because weakness is really strong. It's trying to, like, chill where it's up there with, like, being really strong. Oh, what the fuck this match is, dude. This is some shit, chat. I thought you Magebane tethered them if you, Oh, it did. Okay. I was like, pretty sure that worked like that. Bro, how many fucking blocks, dodges, and evades you got? And yet he still has more. Jesus Christ, dude. I was a thief. I was like, what just hit me? It definitely wasn't the Mirage. Whatever. Space created. I did my job. Dude. Chill is like crazy town. If they ever had Chill the Warrior, then I'm gonna scream Warriors OP. I think I also gave my Bull's Charge unblockable, but yeah. I wish my team was doing their job. It'd be nice. I'm doing my job. I am side node, man. I go side node. But I think the balance changes are largely alright, honestly. I think it's easy to look at, oh, my shit all got nerfed, but I agree with the staff nerfs. I really do. Or a staff readjustment, rather. I almost kind of wish they did it for World vs. World, honestly. Especially if, Warrior has that really interesting trait. Like, the part of the shout trait gives you, like, a lot of healing power for having, just power. It's one of Cell Dweller's early songs. It's Good Luck, You're Fucked, but with all the U's replaced with underscores like Hangman. That should have been unblockable, arenanet. Time to run. On block. God damn it, it was just out of range. I wonder if this is literally my Mirage build. Dude's infuriating his balls. Ow. Oh, dagger is 12. Dagger is 12. Fuck. That's why. Alright. Well, that was me being dumb. Yeah, I gotta get better, man. Practice my matchups and shit more. I need to just play more Spellbreaker till I'm like super comfortable with it. I also don't know. I guess I have to run Shieldmaster. I don't know if I really like Shieldmaster. I want to run Call the Weak, but Shieldmaster seems so OP, you know? Especially with Aegis on the staff. This guy up. And see you, dude. Have a good night, Kashima. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it as always. Hey, Broman. What's up? Oh yeah, dude, I've stolen everybody's fashion already. You know what's interesting, Kashima, before you go? There's a weakness duration sigil that I really wish was in PvP, in PvE. That's it. I think it's really weird. They have all these, like, confusion duration things in PvP and no weakness duration one. I would really like that. Both dancing at each other. So, I have a question, chat. How the fuck was that blockable? I'm gonna have to review that because my 3 makes things unblockable. Well, what the fuck is going on there? That was weird. This man's gonna learn the hard way that vengeance doesn't contest points. Oh, nice. If we die on this point, I think we win. No, we still have home. It's a weird game. It's a weird, weird game. I think I'm still gonna do one more. Just want to get better at Spellbreaker, honestly. Maybe I need to run a tankier amulet till I'm more like comfortable with the rotation. There's an idea, chat. Do that. Go back to our tank amulet. I still really want to know like why they were running a sigil of intelligence on the staff on this hard stuck build. God. Ooh, another weekly. Hell yeah. What do you think, chat? Call it or one more match? It's up to you guys who are hanging out. Thank you again. Free transmutation charges for anyone hanging out in the chat. Shout out to you guys again. There's a... Oh, man. Very, very stupid argument if you think that it's even worth talking about gatekeeping fashion. Don't do it. Don't gatekeep anything. Things are more fun when more people from different backgrounds can participate and stuff. Well, we won that one. It is midnight. I do need more food. Today was a rest day. Oh boy, chat. I don't know. But I got the highest compliment that somebody is stealing my fashion, so I guess we'll call it on that. And I'll go cry in a corner while I stuff my face full of food. But yeah, I'm Pseudo. This is Build Wars 2. It's a really stupid argument about gatekeeping fashion. We'll have that balance video edited up on the channel, so check that out. It'll be much shorter than this stream. But thank you guys for hanging out. And let me know what you thought. If anyone, you know, does need transmutation charges out there, let me know in the comments. I will more than likely buy you some. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys next week for more giveaways, streams, and nonsense as well. I'm working on the energy sigil as well as a general sigil video coming up on the channel. But yeah, let me know what your builds are, what you're enjoying, and what you think of the balance patch. I really think the most impactful thing, honestly, is the Chaos Aura change and maybe the Scorched Earth change, but it is what it is, as they say. Yeah, have a good night, take care, and I will see you guys in Tyria. Peace out.